Yo, what is going down, y'all? Welcome in the most underrated podcast. I am Thomas the Franchise, broadcasting from Certified Tattoo Studios. The homie Dal Palantonio sitting across from me. JJ Stringstein at the end of the table, man. We're back, another episode, starting off with another week. What is this, episode 44, JJ?
Yep.
44 episodes in the can already, bro.
Almost 50.
Killing them. This is your song, Dal, because you're bad at love. But,
I'm the worst.
No, I'm just fucking with you. We just got to start off with Halsey because I saw her on Saturday Night Live this weekend.
Oh,
Fire.
Absolutely
Fire.
murdered it.
You saw it too?
Dude, she was so... Dude, I don't even know how to describe the performance, the sound, the emotions, just off the rails. So good.
For some reason, I have the instrumental playing. I don't know why. It doesn't even matter. At least we're not going to get clipped for copyright, but
yeah,
it doesn't even matter. Yeah, dude, obviously, we have tons of stuff to cover today. The Grammys were last night. We're going to dive into that. Super, super heavy. I really, really enjoyed the show, so I'll give you guys my full thoughts on that. We'll talk about that, get your thoughts on it. I want to talk a little bit about SNL this weekend, Halsey stuff. I want to talk about LeBron with the More Than an Athlete doc. I finally got a chance to watch that, the 8-part series.
Did you?
Sneakers, fashion, Supreme stuff. Tons of topics to dive into. Your YouTube comments as well. So, yeah, without wasting any more time, how was your weekend, dude? What'd you do?
The weekend was okay. Not a lot of crazy stuff going on. Robin and I obviously went to dinner. I believe it to be Saturday night. So that was a good dinner. We actually cooked quite a bit the weekend as well, which is nice, man. She's always trying to fill up my love tank, man.
Chef it up.
With the chefing it up, for sure. And, dude, I love her food. And the crazy thing is my palate has really adjusted over time. And by adjusted, I mean grown the hell up. if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
You know, it's not about
You're healthier now.
Yeah, it's not about super soakers and fruit snacks anymore. Okay, guys?
That's it.
You know? So,
sorry, that instrumental was bugging the fuck out of me. I don't know why I had the instrumental version.
Yeah.
The old me probably would have restarted the cast and been like, yeah, I don't want to come in on that, but I don't even have the energy right now.
I liked it, man. It was kind of nice in the background. I don't know.
Just the instrumental?
I was feeling it.
Just with no words?
I'd rather easier to talk over, though.
Yeah, I'd rather her sing, but man.
No, I love word. You think it's, well, I guess it is easier to talk over, but I like to hear the words in the background. I like to hear a little fucking.
Like when I'm listening to music in general, I'd love to hear the words, but just like with this, it seems perfect.
Yeah, it's nice.
So it just makes it so much easier to talk and have a conversation.
This is like a podcast mix. This is a drive-in mix. I could deal with this.
Yeah.
You guys don't want the lyrics in here? Dude,
she's good. She's so
so far. All right, I'm so glad. Okay, all right, let's just start off here.
Okay.
I'm so fucking glad that you saw it because I was literally, dude, me and my girl were literally in awe, bro.
Yeah.
I already know this. I already know Halsey's like incredibly talented. Mm-hmm. She's from New Jersey. She's a freaking Italian girl, which I didn't know.
Swag.
Dude, I did not know that she was Italian.
Yeah.
Did you see her monologue at the beginning of the show?
No, I didn't.
Oh, dude.
I missed the monologue, and I went back to watch it, and I just spaced it. But yeah, I didn't get to see that. But she actually, she had a big job ahead of her, right? She hosted and was also the musical guest. Am I correct on that?
Yes.
Yeah,
and I was
crazy.
telling I was telling my girl that I was saying, it's kind of rare.
Yeah.
It's not like insanely rare, but it's not super
Doesn't happen
common
often.
that the musical artist is also
Yeah.
the guest or the host of the show.
Drake's
also involved in
done
skits.
it?
Yeah. So you have guys like Drake, obviously very diverse, but then you have a lot of artists like M. He just comes on there and performs.
Sure.
Eminem he's never in sketches and
Right.
shit. Kanye, not really in a ton of sketches and shit. He kind of just comes and performs. Pusha T, whoever.
Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake, he does skits. He does both. So
He's pretty legit.
He's an anomaly. Drake's an anomaly. Halsey obviously stepping into that category, being able to do both. She did a great job too. Her accents are super on point. Her character voices, she's got it all, dude. Total fucking package. Let me just. I can't even close this because it's on YouTube. It's gonna fuck up my thing. I was gonna give G-Eazy a couple gunshots real quick.
Oh yeah.
God, what is that guy doing?
God, I know.
How are you letting
He
this?
missed out.
Dude,
Fuck.
not talking about missing the boat. Now I know all relationships are different and people are just different for each other. And
Right.
oftentimes there may be two people that are actually would do really well in a relationship, but it's bad timing. Like it's just times in your life. There's other things that are going on. So I don't want to kill the guy too much, but it's like you see this girl on SNL, you see her talent, you see how funny she is, you see how cool she is. Like, dude, it's everything that you would want.
Remember when she went sneaker shopping?
Maybe she's fucking nuts though.
She went sneaker shopping, remember, with Complex, and was talking about and she was talking about G-Eazy's collection and how she would buy him specific shoes that he needed for his collection.
Oh, yeah.
This chick was on the fashion game as well. We know that because of what we see from her. But dude, she's also trying to take care of her guy from that aspect too.
Yeah.
Robin
She's
wouldn't
filling
know.
up the love tank.
Dog, Robin wouldn't know what shoes that I have, what shoes that I need, what shoes
Right.
to get me, and that's cool because that's my lane.
Yeah.
But Halsey, knowing that shit,
I know.
That's fire.
It's really it is super ill. I was gonna
Yeah.
say effing ill, but we're still working on
Yeah.
not killing the not killing everything with the F bombs.
Springsteen still sucks at it, but man, hey, let me just address the audience real quick here, okay? I got a little anger issue, okay, from what happened last night. The lady and I, we got in a little tiff, okay, and I'll talk about it. We can put the
Do I need to
violin
bring up
on.
the sound? No, I'm just playing.
We can put the violin on
I'm
if you
just
want.
playing, I'm playing.
But
shit.
like, I can't say my words right today, and I think it's because I have so much anger in this like jawline issue right here that I can't get my words out.
Anger?
Today. Yeah.
What do you mean?
I got some anger.
You had that bad of a weekend?
It wasn't that bad of a weekend.
We were just talking about like, I was like, how's the weekend? It's cool.
Dude,
we're
you
talking
were fucking-
Halsey. We're talking all this.
You were
Everything's
pacing
good.
around the room, man.
I was getting to it.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So.
Get it off your chest. Jesus, Dal, on a Monday real early.
God, man, I know it's too early. So last night, watching the Grammys, which we'll get into here in a little bit, but I was kind of logging the whole, Grammys, and just because I don't have the greatest memory, so I kind of got to.
Oh, you're just taking notes.
I got to take notes. I got to log some
Yeah.
stuff just so I can stay in the game, right?
Yep.
Because I have ADD. I can't pay attention to anything.
I do too.
man.
Sometimes
I'm
I have to
like-
log as well.
Yeah, I see squirrels. I'm that dude. A squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
So last night I'm logging that. Robin's being super respectful with me getting in that, and I did my best to set expectations. I'm like, yo, hey, Grammys tonight. That's it. You're either down or you're down. That's it.
What do you?
There's no other ways, right?
So what do you mean she's being great? She's being patient. You're just sitting. Aren't you guys sitting there watching the show together? Just
Yeah.
And you're taking notes.
Yeah, I'm gonna get there.
Well then, okay.
I'm gonna get
All
there.
right.
So I'm
What's
taking
the issue
notes.
here?
Everything's great, right? We're having a great time, and she's like, "Hey, are you good with spaghetti?" I'm like, "Hell yes." She makes some of the best spaghetti. She makes her own sauce, dude. From not the cans, not the ragouts, not the pregus, whatever, all that crap.
Okay, I have
prego,
one
whatever it
question.
is.
What the hell did you do wrong? Because
He's getting
so
to it.
far,
I'm getting there. Hey, Springsteen, this is the
Relax.
Springsteen
okay?
in the cut over here, man. Just impatient. This guy's never gonna be able to have a relationship if he's not patient.
Yeah, you got to relax, guy. Okay, we're getting to the story.
You gotta let me get to the.
We got some
climax,
time here.
fool.
Is this a 14-minute podcast or is this a 2-hour podcast?
Yeah.
Okay, we got time. We got money to burn.
We got nothing but
We got
time.
money to blow. Letting these bills fall all over
Yeah.
your skin.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
it's a Drake joint.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Go
So
ahead.
check this out. So we're having a good time. Hey, babe, do you want me to make spaghetti? I'm like, oh my God, yes, spaghetti's great. I love her spaghetti. It's homemade. It's one of my favorite meals that she does. So
Right.
hell yes, let's do that. I'm like, Grammy spaghetti, having some love tank, filling it
Having
up.
some love tank.
Having some love tank, filling it up.
Okay.
Okay. So we get about just over halfway through, and Robin and I, because we're so in deep, in deep in the Grammys, we left all the food out. So at this point,
Like forgot to pick it up after dinner
Yeah,
type of
forgot
thing?
to pick it up. We didn't do dishes, that kind of stuff, and we didn't box it up, right? Because we had leftovers, and there's nothing better than Italian food a day later, dude.
Yeah, just
Oh my
heat it
God,
up. It's easy, too.
When things sleep with each other and mold with each other, it just tastes better. Italian food's one of those things. But so she asked me, she's like, "Hey, do you want to go box that up?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that." I'm so deep in the Grammys, and I forget. And then she asked me again, and I'm like, "Yes, I'm going to go do that." So I got up and I went to go change the laundry from the washer to the dryer.
Yeah.
And came back up, set my ass right back down for the Grammys. Right, commercial break, good to go.
Yeah.
And I didn't look at her face, but I know she probably gave me these eyes that just were like, "You mother, you go to hell." I thought you were going to do that. And I just
Because you weren't putting away the food.
yeah. And I was supposed to put away the food. So I just completely spaced it again. So she gets up and I start hearing her clanging and banging in there.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like,
She's like the Rock
I'm
at
like,
4:30 a.m. in
Yeah.
the gym and shit.
She's clanging.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Clanging and banging. You hear stuff. Oh,
she's
ching, ching.
she's Springsteen over there at Planet
Uh-oh.
Fitness clanging.
Sounds
clanging
like
the 75s.
Sounds like Beauty and the Beast all of a sudden with the Chinaware in the kitchen.
All of a sudden.
Yep, your boy Chip.
All of a sudden, no Dream Crew. Okay. Over here,
Yeah.
So I'm in there and I walk in there kind of like on my tippy toes with my knit shattered backboards,
Yep.
scared as hell. Okay, tail and dick between my legs, thinking, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't. I'm sorry.
Isn't your dick always between your legs? I'm a little confused.
I don't know. Yeah.
Tail end, dick between my legs.
Maybe I just tucked it between.
It's a new thing we're doing. Dick between the legs.
Maybe I just tucked it between the backside of the legs,
Oh
right?
my
I
gosh.
did the butt tuck.
That's
almost.
disgusting.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's silly.
I'm throwing up.
But just walking in with trepidation, and I'm like, oh man, I knew I already screwed up. You know, she told me twice. I said yes, and here we are. So, JJ, put your ears in. Now it's time to listen. Okay.
Oh yeah, we got him the adapter too. By
We
the
did.
way,
Yeah.
I went ahead and picked that up at Best Buy on a Saturday. No big deal.
Yeah.
So remembered it finally. Got him the adapter. He could hear his own freaking theme song. He could hear all the sounds.
Isn't that awesome, JJ?
Yeah, crazy.
You're a celebrity.
You're
Nice.
celeb.
You're a celebrity. So check this out. So we're in there, and she's kind of already kind of tuned me out already. Okay. And I get it. And I'm like,
why don't I don't know. Here, let me just.
So
my natural reaction, I would have just get up when I hear a clanging and banging. I'd get up and I'd jog in there full, like almost like a little light fun run, like in a good mood still. Like, oh shit, sorry babe, I'm sorry, my fault. I totally spaced it. Here, I just paused the show. Let's get this cracking real quick. Let me help you. Boom. Why not do that? Yeah. Why are you sneaking in there and then getting all weird and just watching what she's doing, seeing what's going? Why are you doing that? Why not just get a little light run? Oh, my bad, babe. Here, let me help you. I totally spaced it. Why not just be? That's what happened, right?
Well, for our listeners who aren't like you and who are more like me and who understand growing up in a very, very disciplined house, if your mom or your dad starts doing this,
but it's not your mom and your dad. It's your lady.
Listen,
babe.
Listen. When they start doing that, I get into this world in my head that I'm already in trouble. Like I've already done messed up. Like I can't fix this. Okay. And what you guys have to understand is we all come from different facets.
Right. Of course.
And that's what it is. I can't just be like, hey, Robin, I love you. Give me hugs. Let's knock this out together. That is not me.
Right. Yeah.
So that is your answer. Number one, we're very different.
Yeah.
Okay. And number two, I'm already in trouble. So
you're not in trouble though. That's what I'm saying.
But that's what's in
your
my
mind.
Head. That's what's
in your
my
mind.
head.
You're in trouble. You're not really in trouble in real life.
And these viewers and these listeners will understand. Some of them will. And is it right? No. Is it wrong? I'm working through it, man. That's part of the therapy that I'm doing with Robin anyways. Right. A lot of it's on me. So if I think it's already done, the hurt's already done. And it's not. You can change it and you can fix it real quick. Not in my mind. Not in that moment. Not in the heat of the moment. Okay? I cannot. It's like I freeze. Yeah. Okay? And that's deeper than just, oh, babe, everything's cool. We're good. I'm not. That's not me.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's what I'm saying. It's a thing in your own mind. Yeah. So it's something you've got to work on.
For sure.
It's not really her fault.
No,
you know what
not
I mean?
at all. Not at all.
I don't know. It's more just like you automatically think you fucked up, and now it almost is like the night's ruined, or like it's almost like the whole vibe or whatever is ruined.
My friend,
and
welcome to my world.
And her too.
That's exactly it.
Well, her too. Like even at the point where she doesn't like, why not? I don't know. I would be like, I would almost like throw a little shot in just like a funny way, like almost like, oh, you didn't want to do the dishes or what, or didn't want to put away the food, or we want to do the food to the dog. I would have just like thrown a little funny thing like that, just to be like, oh fuck, I totally forgot. You know? Right. No, I'm just fucking with you. I'll help you out. Like, and we'll just do it real quick and be done. But
yeah, so I thought I was already in trouble, and it was hard, right? So I went in there.
It's on both of you a little bit, though.
It is.
She didn't. Instead of communicating to you, she just got up and started doing it and started.
Sure.
Yeah.
And to stand up for Robin a little bit in that case is, I mean, I think I've trained her to have almost that reaction as well, right? You know, if we've been doing this for over 6 years now, and there's been goods and there's bad and there's uphill battles, but I think it's been more consistent. Like that's the behavior that I've trained her to be and understand. Like, hey, well, let's just sweep this shit under the rug and let's just keep it moving, and then we'll deal with it tomorrow after a sleep. We're feeling better tomorrow. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for Robin, so that's when I'm in the doghouse and that kind of thing. So as we go through this, what happens is again, there's some self-realization, some self-actualization that's happening as we're doing this and into this morning. And I just don't I'm like, hey, our deal was to watch the Grammys. Now, if she would have set expectations and said, look, man, hey, can you just help me out real quick? Can you help me dry these dishes? Can you help me wash these dishes? Can you help me bag this up real quick during commercials? Blah, blah, blah. Then I feel like I'm not being walked on and I'm not being told to do something that I set expectations, which I'm not very good at, right? And that's one of these things I'm working on this year. And trying to be better. Instead, she just gives me those eyes like I should be doing it right now. So, of course, I got to say something. Of course, I got to say something. And this is where I screw it up, right? So I'm like, Robin, damn it, I can't do this. I feel like this shit is on your time. Whenever Robin wants to do it, and then I got to jump in and I got to do it right then and there.
Right.
I said, I got the Grammys on. I set expectations. I told you what I wanted to do. I'm logging this whole thing so I can be good in the podcast tomorrow because I'm not the detailed guy. I only want to be dangerous. I'm not franchise. I'm not leading the show. I'm not hosting the show. I'm just a little dangerous, okay? I'm just trying to bring what I can bring to the podcast.
Okay. All right.
Trying
That was
to
a
wake
lot.
up dangerous.
That was a little, yeah, I'm trying to be Baker Mayfield.
So,
okay?
you tell her that?
So I tell her that, and of course, that doesn't go over well.
Right, of course.
And I get that, right? And I knew it wasn't going to. And then she kind of started telling me a few things like, hey, here's the deal. There's really nothing on my time. Dallas, everything is on your time. Are you studying for the podcast? Are you watching sports? What sports are you watching? What are you doing tonight? Are you going to the gym? Are you what's good for Dallas? Does Dallas want to drive his new car? Does Dallas want to put miles on his car? Do we have to always take my car? Long story short, a lot of this relationship is on my time.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have some issues with this. I'm not a very good partner, is what I'm finding out. A lot of things are on my accord. And a lot of things, she'll just throw things out there. Hey, you want to go to dinner? Do you want to go downtown? Do you want to go here? Do you want to go there? I'm the Debbie Downer. I'm the one saying, no, I don't want to do that. Dallas, let's go on a trip.
Is there a reason
I'm
you
like,
don't want to do it?
I don't want to go fly.
Mm.
Yeah, there is. It's called depression.
Mm.
It's a real thing, man. It's hard.
Just because, so you don't, going back to the thing at last night.
Sure.
Do you both think there was like an opportunity to just compromise there? Like a really simple thing. It didn't have to be that deep where you could just paused it because you're watching it on YouTube TV, I'm assuming.
No, I'm not.
Well, you could have flipped it over to YouTube TV and clicked
for
pause.
sure.
But that's what so just to give you a little breakdown of how my shit went and how I had to fucking work through this thing. Got the homie Tori here at Certified does microblading on the eyebrows. Mm-hmm. Got that for my lady for Christmas a long time back. She scheduled it all. It was for last night. After the shop closed, 6 p.m. Mm-hmm. So where we sit now, I'm literally in this bitch right here with the iPad watching the Grammys while she's getting the microblading done.
Gotcha.
I'm watching. I missed the beginning, but I recorded it on YouTube TV. She got unlimited DVR.
Sure.
So I'm using the tools I got to make it work around my life because she's got this going on. Is this what I want to be doing? No. Could I just said, just go by yourself, figure it out? Yeah. But did I want to be a good partner? Did I want to be supportive? And I want to, yeah. So I came down here. I was like, cool, I got it recorded on YouTube TV. I'll start it a little bit late. I'll catch up through commercials. It'll be good. That's exactly what I did. Threw the AirPods in, boom, 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 caught up while she's doing that. Then pretty much watched all the whole show up to the Lady Gaga performance. Then she didn't really watch it because she was getting her eyebrows and stuff done. Went back to the crib. I used it as a positive. I was like, hey, I'll just fill you in on what you missed. This is tight. Let's watch this. This, a little bit slow. You can fast forward a little bit. This is super sick. You got to check this out. This is really ill. This is kind of slow. Probably fast forward here. On top of being able to fast forward with commercials through her and then all the bullshit, we were able to get back to where I started, watch the rest of the show, and then, go to bed or whatever. So it worked out well. But I had to adjust quite a bit around that because of what she had planned. I still knew I needed to watch the Grammys. I still knew we were going to be Grammy heavy today on the show. I still knew I needed to have sound bites together. So I took advantage of that time and I was kind of able to do it around, just do it in a different way than I'd normally do. I'm pretty routine. I like routine. Yeah. I like things to be the way that they're going to be. You know what I mean? If someone tells me they're going to be that way, I'm just very routine. I'm not good at going with the flow. Kind of like how you say you're not good at setting expectations. If things get off, it alters my shit. Because I have in my mind, I'm 5 steps ahead. I have a way I want to do things, the way I want to plan things. Yeah. So that's an example of how my night could have gone super bad too. If I would have just been selfish or been a dick or been whatever and not been supportive or, could have gone equally as bad. Yeah. But I tried to compromise and I tried to make it easy for her with her appointment. Then I tried to make it even easier for her to catch up on the show. Hey, I'm gonna look out for you and show you all the shit you didn't, all the stuff that you don't care about. We can skip through that. It's terrible, Yeah. This Dolly Parton thing drug on for hours. You're not even a big country fan. Why would we watch that? You know what I mean? Like I watched it for you. You didn't miss much. Yeah. Casey Musgraves, I watched it for you. Pretty slow. You didn't miss much. There were just certain things you didn't miss. Her, you probably want to check that out. What's her name? Monet,
Janelle
Monet.
Yeah.
Might want to check that out.
Killed it.
Pretty sick. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain things you want to check out. So, could it have been a situation where you just say, "Oh shit, I totally forgot, babe. Let me pause let me put this on YouTube TV real quick so I can pause it. I'll come in there, we'll knock it out real quick, and it'll be done, and you guys just move on." Or is it a situation where it's like she could have been like, "Oh, babe, did you forget about the food? Okay, next commercial, no messing around.
Yeah.
Next commercial, we're gonna do it." Just kind of like a joking thing. You're like, "All right, cool, got it," and you guys just go in there, knock it out together, and be done.
Yeah,
and move on.
That's one of the solutions I offered her this morning when we talked. Obviously, that's why I came into the podcast a little fumigating.
Yeah.
You know,
a little heated.
Yeah, for sure. Because
I come in heated sometimes, and you're like, "Oh, this is gonna be a great show." You came in heated today, and I was like, "Are we gonna be able to do the show?"
Here's the reason.
You're right.
And I'm not mad at her.
Okay.
I'm really not, man. I trust her. I trust her that she's doing the right things and saying the right things. Absolutely. I'm mad at myself, man. I really am. Like there are a lot of times, man, in this relationship, and it's not Robin's fault. It just is what it is, and I hate that. That's the most relaxed, stupid statement of all time. It is what it is. I hate when people say that. But
it's basically that's fine.
But that's exactly what this is.
It's like saying that's fine
in our situation, and there are things that are getting better. Don't get it twisted, man. This counseling is helping us communicate so much better. But you just rattled off all these different things that you chose to do, that you could have done, that you thought about doing. I didn't. Mm-hmm. I didn't think of any of those things.
Right.
I was so in my head that I couldn't think of those things. I didn't have the ability to think of those things and think through those things and try to create options. So what does that mean? Does that mean I shouldn't be in a relationship? Does that mean that this relationship is not for me? Does it mean that I don't care? These are the things that now today I'm giving myself a hard time for. And this is the reason I have the anger.
Yeah.
Because I don't freaking understand, man. Mm-hmm. I don't. Because I know part of it was my fault.
Why you're reacting that way or why.
I know part of it was my fault, but I also know part of it was Robin's fault because she could have just played with me and said, dude, next commercial, you and I in the kitchen, let's get it done real quick. And then let's get our asses back there because I want to be with you, because I want to hang with you, and this is important to you. No, none of that was done. And do I know that that's how she feels? Absolutely. But sometimes I got to be told these things, right? So I've come out of some shitty, my last two relationships were god awful. The worst. My needs were not met. My needs did not. Nobody cared, and nobody addressed them. And anything that I did feel or whatever that was anything of like me being weak and saying, hey, I kind of need this, which is you have every ability to do that in a relationship because you trust each other.
Yep.
I wasn't able to do that. Okay. So I've screwed myself, unfortunately, in a lot of different ways for this relationship that is good for me and that I've been dealing with now for 6 years with Robin. And I love it and it's great. But if I can't proactively think about these things and get outside my own head, I probably shouldn't be in a relationship. And that's kind of how I feel.
I know you don't smoke weed, man, but that was such a turning point for me because I used to be not necessarily, maybe not as bad as you or not in the same way as you in my head, but I would get onto something and you couldn't get me off, dude. Whether like if I just got in my head and I knew I was mad about something, I would stew on it for a long time, and I would just try to think of every angle I could to prove that I was right and to bury the other person. And once I started like smoking weed and just being more a little bit more chill in certain scenarios, it helped me so much because and maybe this is something the CBD can do for you. You know, I was just talking to Kim about it the other day as far as just the CBD and the vaping. She's like, honestly, if you're hungover, you vape that thing, like I said, 2 times or 20 times. Just do it as much as you can until you feel better. And it's kind of the same way with this stuff. Like, just do it as much you need to until you feel relaxed, until you feel to a point where you're like, all right, I'm more level-headed. This really isn't that deep. If she wants to get really mad and make it that deep, let her do that. But I'm not going to make it that deep. I'm not going to be that mad about it. You know what I mean? I'm going to make... But so that for me, when I kind of smoke weed, it just mellows me out and it takes it to the place where it's like, it's not even that big of a deal. What's the point? What's the point? What's the point of throwing jabs at each other that are just going to do nothing, but they're not getting us to a resolution. They're just making us be mad at each other. They're just trying to bury the other person. What's the point of taking these shots that aren't bringing a resolution? They're not bringing anything. They're just bringing more argument and conflict and blame. So I'm really not perfect by any means, but I'm really trying to get away from that. And that's been helpful for me. Just the fact that I don't want to like bury her. I don't want to freaking just be rude to be rude. And for me, I do feel team is so important to me. I do feel that the team aspect, when my partner makes me feel like a team, I love that shit. Just because growing up playing sports, being competitive, being in a team environment, I like team. I like to feel like I'm on a team in this podcast. I like to feel like I'm on a team in a relationship, at workplace. I like team. You know what I mean? And it's been hard for me to not be like the guy that's got to do it all. You know, it's kind of hard for me to delegate sometimes, even in the workplace or wherever, relationship even. But learning to do that and learning that to look at this more of a team is just been eye-opening for me.
And see,
I've never done that before.
And that's where my opportunity is. I've never had that.
Right.
Nobody's ever wanted to be on Team Dallas in my relationships, at least the long-term ones, right? It's and a lot of those earlier ones were where you're still young, right? You know, we're both in college, you know, and they're doing their thing, I'm doing my thing. Like, that's what I'm used to now. And we still do that, Robin and I. Like, I'll clean part of the house. Like, I have certain duties, right? Like emptying the dishwasher, vacuuming. I like vacuuming, and I agree to vacuum because it's instant gratification. When you vacuum something, you see it instantly. You see the results. I love that, right? That's good for me in my head. But Robin originally washed our clothes, during the first part of it. But then I kept getting mad at her, man. I'm like, Doug, you stop shrinking my shit. You know, stop. Do you know how to wash clothes? Is this your first time? You know, then I was a dick, and then that whole thing. So I was like, let me wash my own clothes. And then as that happened, the natural evolution, we do more things. See,
that's like, separate. Do you have to jump out at her and attack her, right? Like, all right, she fucked up some shit. Be like, babe, I'm just letting you know, this is a $60 hoodie. I think you owe me. Yeah. But I'm going to show you. I appreciate you trying to help me out. I appreciate you trying to wash my shit.
Right.
If you are unsure, just leave it in a pile and I'll do it.
Right.
If you know, oh, he washes this normal or he washes this and then hangs it dry.
Yeah.
Do that shit. That's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want it to be a situation where you feel like you can't help me or I can't help you out. I would do the same stuff for you. If I seen you wear something I know you throw in the washer, cool, I'll throw it in my shit. If I'm like, oh, I don't even know what to do with that piece. Just set it to the side, you know?
That bra has a lot of lace. I don't.
So instead of jumping down her throat and be like, what the fuck? You don't know how to wash clothes? Right. Like, what's the deal? You know, just kind of come in that aspect. Like, babe, a little heated right now. This is a $60 shirt. Well, you know what I mean?
And that's what it was. You know me, man. I'm not a mean guy to Robin.
I didn't know how you were coming off.
No, it was more like that. It was more like, babe, seriously, like, hey, just let me know. I'll take care of it. Let me wash it. But if you have confidence to wash it, then do it. But let me know. Like, it wasn't jumping down her throat, but I let her know that I was frustrated. But dude, I've been washing my own clothes in this relationship for 5 years.
Yeah.
You know, that was in that first year, man. That was still in the newlywed stage.
Right.
You know, so I'm sure I was super nice about it. But that's
so are you saying you're having depression issues, bro? Like, what are you saying?
Maybe
here?
some mild depression, because what happens with this relationship is I can't really get outside my own head.
Or is this just a bad day, Dallas?
No, there's a little bit of depression. This has been going on for quite some time, actually. Right. And there's parts where it's okay, and there's parts when it's a little worse. But you know, I'm getting help for it and trying and working towards it. But having so much going on at once doesn't help. You know, as well either. But yeah, I think with Robin and I just, you know, we do things so separately a lot of the times. And when she does ask to go this and whatever and go somewhere or plan this, I don't really have the confidence, and that could be more in the relationship. That also stems on the personal side. I just don't have a lot of confidence for, you know, putting myself out there. Hey, yeah, let's go to another country right now, you know, with the stability or lack of stability of the U.S. right now. You know, going to Mexico, super cheap. It doesn't seem like the best place to go right now.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think they like us very much, and I understand why. Okay. Or going out of the country, I just, you know, I'm not motivated and don't have a lot of confidence towards reaching out to new things and being a part of new things and exploring new things. And I think a lot of that stems with just how I feel about myself, i.e. the depression aspects.
Yeah.
And then, you know, with Robin and I, you know, going through counseling, like, it's so up and down anyways with working these things out. And because it almost has to get bad before it can get good, right? We have to put everything out there from the communication stuff that we're working on before it'll get good. And I think we are seeing the light now, which is good. But we're not there yet. So I don't have any confidence in the relationship. I don't have any confidence with my partner because we're both kind of not doing the right things for each other and saying the right things and still working on these communication things. So what do I really have as a foundation right now is what I ask generally, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I'm in my head. I'm trying to build on things. And, you know, last year, 2018 and 2017 was the year. was my year with work. I could do no wrong. You know, I was cashing checks, snapping necks, dog. I was the next man up. I was, whatever you want to do, Dallas. Your iron's hot right now.
Yeah.
And you better strike.
Crushing it,
whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
2018, getting into, April, May of there, still phenomenal. Getting a little stagnant because now I'm bored. How can you ever be bored with winning? Because you're just doing the same things every day, right? You're still winning, but you're not, in your head, you're not challenging yourself. That's what it was. So then DM knew that. She moved me. And now this has been a hell of a challenging end of 2018 into 2019, getting the right people in the right position and that kind of stuff. So right now.
She transitioned into a new job as well. So you guys are both kind of dealing with stuff there.
We're looking for some foundational stuff just to really say, hey, this is good now.
You guys are also locked into a relationship. And I've told you this for years, bro. And this has been my motto and my advice is like, because I've been in relationships that have just lasted way too long.
Sure.
That have been really serious, not really serious. They just went too long. Mm-hmm. And I tried to cut them off and things just couldn't cut off. Like I said, I've been in serious relationships that went on a year longer than they should have, dude. And it's just so stupid because if it doesn't end bad, it doesn't end. Yep. And I don't know if you guys are in a situation like that because nothing's bad. Nothing is so bad that it needs to end, right? So you guys are stuck in this middle ground where it's like, I think we have something good, but do we have something good? But you guys are doing the counseling and you have so many positive things, but then maybe you get set back by some of the negatives. So it really makes you run through your mind. It's like, wow, you almost forget all the positives because you just look at the negatives and you forget all the good things you guys have because nothing is so bad. It's not toxic, dog. So it's not, like I said, if it doesn't end bad, it doesn't end. Right. And your shit is not bad enough to where it needs to end. If you're in a situation like that, fellas, where you want to get out, man, and you just want to be done with it and you want to move on, the best advice I can give you guys, I'm not telling you this at all, Dal, because I don't think you guys are in this sitch, but man, if it's not going to be there, it's not going to work for you, and you want to be out, but you're just having a trouble getting out, you got to just have the convo and have the hard convo, be straight up and just say, yo, this is the direction I'm moving in, and let whoever be super mad or, they're going to be mad or whatever the case may be. That's why we stay, because it's not bad enough to leave and we don't want to fucking be super disrespectful or really piss off the person that's one of our good friends or our partner for a long time or whatever. You still just want to maintain it cordial, but a lot of people are bad at, if things are just cordial, they're not going great, but they're not going terrible, you just stay. And why do we do that to ourselves? Yeah. It's stupid. And I'm not saying this about your relationship because I don't think you guys are there. This is just advice for everyone else because of what I've gone through and places that I've been, stupid shit I've done, stupid stuff I've stuck around, stayed too long in certain situations, just dumb stuff, wasting time, bro, just by not being able to be direct and have that communication, say, yo, I'm not happy here. I don't see a future for us moving forward. I don't see this really working out. One of us is going to end up getting hurt here, and I'm not trying to hurt you, but I also know that what do we need to waste any more time for? Yeah. And you have to have the tough convo and move on. You do. Whether you're man or woman, whoever, man, and just if you're in a spot that you don't want to be in, you're not going anywhere, cut it off as quick as you can.
To reiterate your point, time. Time is something that's very, very valuable, and as you get older, it even becomes more valuable than even monetary, right? Yeah. And the reason is because you can't get it back. When you're young, it's cool. We can be fun. We can be crazy. And we can do stupid shit, and we can get in trouble, and then we can get back on our feet. As you get older, man, time is one of those things that just passes you by. Yeah. You don't get it back. And, if hopefully that helps all you guys out there, man. If there's something that you're struggling with, don't waste time. Get it fixed now. And if you can't get it fixed right now, work towards it, because a good work ethic on something is worthwhile. There's no doubt about that. But, man, time is something very, very sought after. And again, you can't get it back.
It's just crazy because it's whenever something goes bad and you want things to kind of just be back to normal, you can't speed up time. You can only give it time. Yeah. So you're like, this is going so slow, man. I wish I was just down the road a month or 2 months and so I could figure out where I'm going to be and are things going to be back to normal or whatever. And that's the tricky shit about time is you can't make it go any faster, but then when you need more, you can't get any more. When you really want the shit to slow down and you can't. That's what makes life so tricky, man. Time is the key. Time's the key to everything. And that's what does make it that way. So I don't want to say, being your friend, I don't think you're full on depressed or anything. I don't want to say that, but at the same time, I realize like you just battling through some struggles. I think you take the negativity and the negative aspects of things a little bit harder. and you don't maybe relish or think about the positives as much. And I think that's a little bit of an opportunity for you, just the positives, maybe being in a little more positive mood, not getting set off so quick or not getting down on yourself so quick. When she goes in and starts to do the dishes and shit, and don't think like defeated, like, oh, dude, this is fucked now. I'm fucked up. Yeah. I lost. Now it's over. She's pissed off. The whole shit's ruined. Let her tell you the whole night's ruined. Yeah. Let her tell you she's super pissed off. Let her tell you, fuck you, Dallas. I can't come back from this. You didn't do the fucking dishes and put away the food. I can't do it anymore. You need to go sleep with the dog. Let her tell you all that. Yeah. Don't put yourself in that house, dog. Like, don't, you know what I mean? Like, let her be that one. Let her be the bearer of bad news. You just do everything you can do to say, my bad. I forgot. I shit the bed there. Hey, babe, let me help you out. Like, I messed up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Does that make sense?
No, totally.
That's where I would.
I wish I could just walk in there being like, I'm the man, Aloe Black style, and just take off her shirt and just try to do dishes or whatever, with a little less clothes. Maybe that'd be cool.
Yeah. Why take off her shirt? When you take off your shirt, you mean?
I'm taking off all shirts.
Oh, okay. I thought you were trying to like butter her up, and then you come in there. Wanting to say to take off her shirt.
I just wish I could do that in the heat of the moment.
Why don't you go in there, Adam Levine style, take off your shirt, show off your flash sheet tattoos, and then freaking just do it big.
I don't want to show off my Chipotle wrapper.
Oh, all right. Well,
or my Chipotle bag. I think is what it is.
That's what it was.
The Chipotle bag. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. So yeah, we can move on from that. But
just let her be let her tell you she's mad, dog. Instead of just putting yourself in the doghouse. That's where I would end with this.
Yeah.
Don't fucking put your own self in the doghouse for no reason.
Counselor said that as well.
What are you doing, dude? You're like beating yourself up. You're Jim Carrey in Liar Liar. You're kicking your own ass in the bathroom, for no reason.
What are you doing?
I'm kicking my ass. Do you mind? Yeah, dude, that's you. Like,
where's that clip?
I know. Oh, I didn't realize it was gonna be. I didn't realize we were about to have a sesh right here, a little counseling sesh.
We didn't know we were gonna have a battle. Yeah,
this is no, but that's where I would leave it, bro. Just don't put yourself too far down the hole, man. Let her put you in that hole, and then let her have the realization. Oh, yeah, I shouldn't have put him too far in that hole. That really wasn't a big deal. Or maybe she will never put you in the hole. And she'll be like, yeah, come help me out. Or thanks for saying sorry. Or thanks for, realizing or whatever. Don't make it so much about like you and the Grammys and da-da-da. Because you can always pause it. You could fucking pause it for a second. And just, That's it. It's not, it's not the 30s. It's not live. You have to, live to tape. We can't get it back. Like, so I do that too. I forget. I live my life when sports and shit, and it sucks to watch sports on delay.
Yeah.
But I've gotten to the point now where I'm like, okay, if I can, 10-minute, 20-minute delay, just go pick up the food real quick or go clean the kitchen. Fine, I'll do it. You know what I mean? I'll catch back up.
And not get on social media.
Yeah, not get on social media
really tough,
for probably 30, 40 minutes after that by the time you're catching back up. Just I've been able to do it, man. I know you can do it too. Yeah. I know you can look at yourself in the mirror. I know you can look at things a little bit clearer. I don't look at you as a lost cause by any means. You're a logical guy. You're a guy that does think clearly. You don't need to be beating yourself up over shit that's she's not even telling you you're wrong about yet. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
So we'll put a capper on that and kind of leave it there, man. Like I said, if you guys have any shits you're working through, we'd love to hear about it, man. mostunderratedpodcast@gmail.com. You can put it in the comments. You could DM me, reach out to us, whatever. With your story, your email, we can read it for you. We can have you can call into the shit if you want to kind of go over your stuff, and we can give you some back and forth advice or try to do what we can there, man. But I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I'm the master at anything. I just think I do have a little bit of knowledge to lend with the relationships that I've been in, both serious and non-serious. I fuck up 4 or 5 times before breakfast every day. I'm not the model citizen. I make bad moves all the time, but I think the fact that I can be real with you guys and not necessarily be your friend all the time and just say, hey man, this is how I see it from both sides, I think is where we get somewhere. So with all that being said, let's kind of move along. And the Halsey shit on SNL, super dope. We talked about that. If you haven't checked it out, man, go check it out. Halsey's just incredible anyway. But she did this, the second performance she had this huge like canvas or art piece of paper. And while she was singing the record, she was painting or drawing. It was paint. She was painting this face. While she was singing the record, painting a woman's face, and it was just super ill, dude. Like, it just speaks to the talent that she has.
Yeah.
I thought it was one of the better SNL episodes. I'm not a huge SNL guy these days. I do like the hosts. I like when I like the musical artists and stuff, but a lot of it's too political for me. I just don't, a lot of it's so many political sketches and political jokes and
political satire.
Yeah, it's
Totally.
just a little too much. Like I just don't care enough. I'm not a political guy.
Right.
It's not why I use my social media. It's not why we have this show. It's not what I do.
Yeah.
I have friends that way. We really don't talk politics, my friends and I, because I don't want to. And if they really want to push it with me, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's the combo we can have.
And I just don't get some
what do
of the
we need
humor on Saturday Night Live, and that might be because of the political stuff. So I just don't get involved with that as much.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe it's the more millennial type of comedy, because I'm used to the Dana Carveys and the Adam Sandlers and the Mike Myers.
Right.
And it's completely different. There's no comparison to then and today, and it's not better or worse. It's just not my style of comedy.
Yeah.
That SNL provides.
And it's been that way. It's not only been the Trump shit. I mean, it's been that way when Obama was in office. It was a lot of political shit still. Like,
Totally.
It's just been that way. That's the direction they've chose to go with the show.
Yeah.
I don't think it's always that. I don't really think any of it's that funny.
Well, they had a little bit of that. Remember when Ross Perot back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
They would
Yeah,
do,
of
obviously, Clinton. They did a lot of Clinton.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think the Clinton shit really opened it up to where
Yeah.
that's when this SNL really
Sure.
started to move their format from way back in the day and what they used to do.
And some of that was funnier because Clinton was making mistakes in office. He was doing things with women and the Lewinsky and all that good
Right.
stuff. So, that was actually kind of funnier because we can relate.
Yep.
We're humans. I'm like, oh yeah. Have I ever cheated? No. But have I wanted? Have I have urges? That kind of stuff. So yeah, it was relatable. Now it's just political, and I just don't really have a bark in the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Over the weekend, Over the weekend, I was also able to check out I've been wanting to check this out, and I've just been too busy I wanted to watch it all at once. I didn't get to watch it all at once, but I got through 6 episodes, and I knocked out the other 2. Mm-hmm. It was an 8-episode series, More Than an Athlete. It's on ESPN Plus. So if you've signed up for, like I told you guys, I have the ESPN The Magazine subscription, which includes ESPN Plus. I was on some grandfathered shit. I've had the ESPN Magazine subscription for probably close to a decade now. Mm-hmm. So if you have ESPN Plus, or if you signed up for UFC to get the UFC fights or anything like that, it's included with the subscription. It's called More Than an Athlete. It's LeBron James, and it's the story of LeBron James and his 3 best friends from Akron, Ohio, growing up. You obviously know who Rich Paul is.
Yep.
Okay. You know who Randy Mims is by chance?
Randy Mims.
He's probably the least known out of the 3. But that's like LeBron's, he's like his personal day-to-day handler now.
Wait, is that his best friend when he grew up? And
one of them. He has, so the show's about him and his 3 best friends. So it's Randy Mims,
his agent, isn't it?
It's Randy Mims, Rich Paul, and Maverick Carter. Maverick Carter's done a lot of stuff, a lot of hosting gigs. He's done stuff with Complex. He's been in the public eye a ton. Maverick Carter is a guy, very, very smart. All 3 of these guys are so smart, man. And the coolest shit ever, Rich Paul is his agent. He started Clutch Sports Management Group, or whatever it's called. I think they go by Clutch Sports. LeBron left CAA to go sign with Clutch Sports. That was the big thing back in like 2013 or so, 2014 when he started Clutch. But dude, check out this doc, man. Each episode is 15 to 20 minutes. It's 8 parts, so it's not like an hour long 8 parts, like the R. Kelly shit or whatever.
Sure.
By the way, have you seen that?
No.
Oh, we'll get into that. I
don't know if I want to.
Not necessarily get into it, but dude, you got to fucking check it out.
Oh, rough. I bet.
It's rough, and it's
The Fire Fest all over again.
dude. If you want to, if you like R. Kelly's music and you still listen to it and stuff, I would just say, and you want to still listen to it, I would say stay away from that. If you watch that, there's no way, dude. I can't. I'm the biggest Ignition remix fan there is. Fool. Step in the Name of Love. I'm stepping.
Yeah.
Not anymore, bro. I can't do it.
Yeah.
After watching that show, I'm so disgusted. I was just so. It's just hard to look at that guy the same. You can't. I don't know how anyone could. And I'm a guy that can separate music from what goes on outside the music. Usually, I said that multiple times with Kanye. Kanye's a guy that I don't. Whatever he's doing outside the music is what he's doing. He's on his own shit. He's doing weirdo stuff. He got turned into a weirdo from the Kardashians. That's fine. Like, whatever. I just still judge him off the music.
Sure.
But once it comes to this, pedophile type shit and fucking with kids and all the other stuff, the R. Kelly stuff. The R. Kelly?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You got to check this out, bro.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Oh, you got to. That's been out there. But
that's some of the biggest stuff with this. We all know, anybody who knows anything about R. Kelly, he's had a bunch of different issues with that. I mean,
he tried to marry Aaliyah when she was 15 years old.
Yeah, she was 14 going into 15.
Yeah.
I thought he just.
And he was
like,
27.
I thought he just raped someone. Like that was.
Oh, you're out the game. I know you're young too. You were literally probably not even joking around. You were shitting in Pampers when this man was pissing on girls. When that tape came out and shit. Mm-hmm. What was that? Probably early 2000s?
Early 2000s.
Early, dude. Like early. Like
maybe
2001,
2002. Yeah.
You were born in what, 98?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were literally shitting your pants while this was going on, dude. It was, that's just, it was what it was. So yeah, there was check it out, bro. It's called Surviving R. Kelly. I saw it on Hulu because it's on Lifetime. The documentary's on Lifetime, and on Hulu you could just go through the whole shit. It's a long watch. It takes a while to get through all of them, all the episodes. But man, you can't once you start. And it's a little slow in the beginning because it's all the old shit. It's the Aaliyah, it's the peeing. But dude, as they start to get into the newer shit, bro, oh my goodness. Yeah. It is.
So is each episode like
wicked.
a new case?
Not case? Kind of, dude. They have so many girls. I lost track of the amount of girls that are on the show that are interviewed, that lived in his house, that got...
Dude,
he's keeping them in rooms, locked up, buckets in the corner to be able to piss. They have to ask him to go out, bro. It's a fucking weird situation, dude.
He made a brothel,
bro. It is. It's even worse. Yeah. And it's weird because the whole thing that's really weird about it is none of these girls are being kept against their will. They can almost walk out anytime they want, but they're so brainwashed and they're so mentally fucked that they can't leave, dude. They don't want to leave. There was one girl in the whole show that got slapped one time and was like, "Oh, I'm not about this." He slapped her across the face and she said some shit, and she was like, "I'm not about this," and she just left, never went back. She walked out and never went back, and that was it. And it's like, man, why? You're watching the show and you're like, why can't more girls do this? Why can't more girls just leave? Why don't you just leave? You're saying this, you're screaming it at the TV because you want them to just leave so bad, and they can't, bro. They're so brainwashed, and they started getting brainwashed at the ages of 14, 15, 16, some as young as 12, 13. So that's all they know. They're just victims, dude. They're victims. They're
Did he
brainwashed.
End up, kidnapping some of these chicks?
That's what I'm saying. They're not kidnapped. That's why the police can't intervene. That's why it's such a weird situation. That's why they can't just pop up at his crib and be like, "Yo, let me raid this whole shit and take you down." They can't do it because they're not being held against their will. Every time the parents try to say, "Yo, let's get a welfare check on my daughter. Can I call the police? Hey, I need a welfare check." They show up at the house or they talk to the daughter, and the daughter's like, "No, I'm fine. I'm not being held against my will. I'm staying here. I want to be here." They're so brainwashed, bro. Yeah. They're so brainwashed. That's what's so disgusting about the whole thing is they're young fucking kids, dude. And he's brainwashing them. He's running game on them as an adult, brainwashing a young kid as it's easy to do. And now they're just stuck. These are people from, and I thought initially, I was like, man, these are people from crappy families, bad background. No, they're interviewing some of the families, and I'm like, man, if I'm this girl's dad, how? Yeah. How do you not run up there with that bitch with an M16 and just start spraying, laying fools out? Like, dude, I can't even talk. I'm getting worked up talking about it, bro. You just got to check it out, man. It is maddening. The series, and I'm sorry we went off from LeBron James to the R. Kelly thing, but this is just stuff that I was trying to catch up on that I haven't had a lot of time. So, dude, if you can see the Surviving R. Kelly thing, it is absolutely terrible, bro. It's so disgusting. It is. It will make you never want to listen to that man's music again. Yeah. I know personally, I will never play that man's music again. I will never. Shit, if I was hired at a DJ event for a wedding or to DJ an event, and they were like, "Yeah, give me some R. Kelly, give me some Step in the Name of Love," I'm like, "We ain't got no fucking Step in the Name of Love." Yeah. Oh, we got it out in the car. You ain't bringing that shit in. Don't even bring it in here. I'll shut the whole place down.
We damn sure don't have no bump and grind.
Oh, dude, we ain't got any of that, bro. We ain't got I Believe I Could Fly. And that's the problem, bro. The whole thing about the whole creepy or freaky thing is, dude, as these allegations are coming out, R. Kelly's star is just rising, bro. He drops I Believe I Can Fly, and everything kind of just goes under the radar. Mm-hmm. He's still a creep. He's doing all this creepy shit, late 90s after Space Jam into the early 2000s and shit. He drops Ignition Remix. Boom. Huge smash. Launches him in the next stratosphere. Then you're like, oh, fuck, he's done. Boom. He drops The World's Greatest. I'm that star up in the sky. Fucking boom. He drops that shit. Then he drops...
Trapped in the Closet was 05.
That was the worst.
Yeah,
that was the worst. That started to be the downfall. But he dropped Step in the Name of Love. He dropped there was another just big anthem, dude. He just dropped a ton of anthems, and he calls himself the Pied Piper, bro. Like, the Pied Piper is a flute playing fucking character that leads kids away from their village through music, like leads them with him. And he calls himself the Pied Piper. That's how, like, this man is just, he's sick, bro.
It's not good.
He's in sicko mode. No Travis Scott. He's fucking sicko. But anyway, just check it out, dude. If you guys get time, man, if you're interested, it's definitely something that you can't look away from. Like once you start watching, like I said, the first couple kind of episodes or whatever, maybe a little slow because it's a lot of older shit and it's more a lot of photos and but then they start getting into the newer stuff and how it's escalated over the past couple decades and how this man is, dude.
The last
It's wild,
years.
bro. It's wild. He should have been taken down in the initial case with the pee thing because, dude, he'd been filming every sexual encounter with all these young girls and stuff, and they had all these fucking tapes, and they said that the cops went into an area of the house or got the tapes from an area where they were not allowed. So the judge threw out the evidence, dog. So that's the only reason this man is not locked up, because that judge decided to throw out that evidence because they said the cops detained it from an area where they were not supposed to be at.
Like
or
maybe
some
like they didn't have a warrant specific
something
for
like
that
that.
area.
Something
or
like that. Yeah, I don't remember exactly.
Seriously?
Dude, it was the dude would be done. He'd be
Yeah.
fucking done. That's what's so crazy about it, man. And I don't mean to spend a ton of time on this. I'm sorry.
Jeez.
But dude, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen it and you need some shit to watch and you just want something that is cringeworthy but you can't look away, and you really want to know what's going on with that situation, highly recommend checking that out. It's nuts.
Totally.
But even more than that, the LeBron thing, dude.
Get back to
more than
LeBron,
an athlete. Highly recommend More Than an Athlete.
Okay.
If you have not seen it, it's on ESPN Plus. Dude, it's just so cool. It made me, honestly, a couple times this weekend, bro, I was almost brought to tears. A couple different situations. I was brought to tears, actually. I feel weird saying that. I feel like a little bit like a bitch, but at the end of the day, dude, watching the R. Kelly thing, I was brought to tears at one point just because I was so fucking sad. Watching the LeBron James, for these girls, watching the LeBron James thing, I teared up a little bit just to see the camaraderie between him and his best friends, dude, just to see where he's taken Rich Paul, Maverick Carter, and Randy Mims, to see the way he has empowered those gentlemen, to see how smart LeBron James was at a young age to say, hey, I need people around me. I need good people around me. Knowing he doesn't have a dad, knowing knowing he's going to need that structure when he gets to the league is incredible to me. Maverick Carter is a guy that played on LeBron James' senior basketball team at St. Vincent St. Mary's. His senior, LeBron's freshman year, Maverick was a senior. The whole thing he said there was like, man, we got to get Mav a chip. When he came in there, he's like, we want to get him a chip, dude. We want to get him a state title before he leaves. And they did that. And it built a friendship between him and LeBron that obviously couldn't be broken, dude. And so that's the really cool thing about this is the three guys around him. Maverick Carter is the only one that I actually went to school with, and that was like around him on the daily. Randy Mims is a guy that he met through a friend that's like 9 years older than LeBron. He's older. And he was just a guy that he had met through him, and he was just, they met him way back in the day when LeBron was real young, and then his homie told him, he ran into him at an event, and he was like, yo, I'm going to see LeBron play tonight. He's kind of grown up now. He's like, you remember LeBron? And he was like, oh yeah, fuck, let me go check him out. Let me see what's up. And they hit it off, and kind of the rest was history there. They just became boys and started kicking it and doing all that. And then Rich Paul, he actually met in a airport, dog. He was walking through an airport. Rich Paul had an old school baby blue Houston Oilers Warren Moon joint on.
Oh, nice.
Warren Moon, Mitchell and S throwback.
Oh, yeah.
LeBron was like, yo, I like the jersey. They just started chopping it up, exchanged business cards. And Rich Paul said, since that day, we ain't gone more than 2-3 days ever without talking. Since that day. And these are his three best friends. These are the three motherfuckers that he chose. Damn it. These are the three dudes he chose to put around him, dude.
Right.
Not his boys growing up that he knew in Pampers. Now he knew Maverick from a young age. He knew some cats, but it was just so cool to me that he took these guys and just knew these guys had these qualities. Randy Mims, bro, he was living, when LeBron was a senior in high school, he got he had a homie that had a house, and the guy was going to jail for doing some dirt. So the homie was like, yeah, you can stay at the crib. You can stay in one of the bedrooms. And that was just kind of the chill spot. LeBron was like, it was like the meetup spot. It was just, my mom's crib. I was with my mom. We were living, I don't remember if they said an apartment or a little house. It was tiny. He's like, there was just the chill spot. This fool was going away, doing some time. And so Randy hit that dude up. They mutually knew the guy. And Randy was like, yo, do you mind if I kick it at your house for a few months, man? I'm trying to get my stuff together. And Randy was working at, I forgot if he said Boost Mobile or Metro PCS or some kind of, I don't. It was some old little. I think he just said telecom.
Huh.
He was working at some cell phone store. So he's like, yeah, I'd come home in my little cell phone store polo and all this stuff, and LeBron be clowning me. But he saw me every day wake up and go to that job. He saw how dedicated I was to go into that job every day. He saw what I did. He saw the grind that I put in every single day. I wasn't on no bullshit. I was working long hours if I needed to. I was working multiple jobs. I was doing whatever. And LeBron, while living at that house, Randy Mims was living in that house too. So they was essentially roommates LeBron's senior year. Because LeBron was like, I'd go home, grab stuff from my mom's, and I would just come back there and chill. You know, that was just the spot. Like,
totally.
It was just cool. Which also, I mean, if you think about it, if LeBron had bad people around him then, that could have gone terribly, dude. Got him into drugs, got him into freaking gangs, got him into
different thing.
Ton of stuff, dude. Mom's not around, no pops in the picture. Like, it could have gone down a different path, but Randy was there, keeping him on a straight and narrow. He was grinding himself. And once LeBron got signed, dude, he put all three of these guys on. He had no idea what their job was going to be, what anything was going to be. And this whole documentary chronicles that journey of him empowering his best friends, putting them on, showing them the game, showing them the ropes, and how hard his friends worked, dude. They could have easily just got on and been like, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm getting paid a bunch of money, more money than I've ever made for doing what? Nothing, just traveling around with LeBron, kicking it, hanging out. And each of them were adamant that, like, we didn't want people to think we were just hanging out. Mm-hmm. And we didn't want people to think that we couldn't be, like, we had to be all together all the time. Like, so Maverick started working with Nike. Started working for LeBron under his Nike sponsorship and working with Nike, and he's learning the ins and outs of all that stuff. Rich Paul started dealing with his agent, working as an intern under his agent, just kind of learning the ins and outs of the agency business and how it all works and what happens there. Randy Mims started working as his personal kind of assistant, just assisting his assistant, just traveling around with him and doing this and doing that. Then got a job for the Cleveland Cavaliers, man. Got a job at the top of the Cavaliers, was still LeBron's right-hand man, but was winning awards for executive of the year type shit in the Cleveland Cavs organization. Like, super, super sick, because not only are these guys, is he empowering these guys, they're taking it. They're reaching up and grabbing the fucking brass ring, dude. They're grabbing the trophy.
LeBron helped him get that platform, and then they're just running with it.
Bro. Rich Paul runs. He's the CEO of Clutch Sports. He owns his own agency now, and he is the dude. If you look at Rich Paul, they call him Shorty. He's a short little black guy, man, but he is educated. He's smart. He knows what he's talking about, and more importantly, he knows how to talk to these players, dude. He goes. That's how he got Anthony Davis. That's how he got Tristan Thompson. He's got a huge roster. And I know all the other NBA agents were looking at this guy like, oh, what is this? This is a slight. This is, trying to hold him down, trying to mess with him. Dude, Rich Paul is legit, bro. He's legit. All three of these fools are legit. Maverick's legit. You got to check it out, bro. More Than an Athlete, ESPN Plus. I just wanted to give that some shine here. If you guys need something to watch, man. It's if you want some positivity too, more than the R. Kelly stuff. The R. Kelly stuff is it's just depressing. This is good stuff, uplifting. But like I said, it did bring a tear to my eye, man, because I loved it. I love the way that I looked at this dude, and I've talked about this multiple times. The Jordan conversation versus the LeBron conversation. I hate having that conversation because LeBron's not done. I hate the greatest of all time convo before people are done. I want to sit here and enjoy the greatness while we have the greatness. Then we can talk about everything later.
Totally.
But this dude, watching LeBron's I Promise School, watching all the philanthropy and all the stuff that he does in the community.
Yeah.
You look at that guy, bro, you look at that guy, and it's like he has already done double what Michael Jordan has done in probably his lifetime. Mm-hmm. I would feel confident in saying that after watching this. I've watched a ton of documentaries on Jordan. It's all about the court. None of it's about, or baseball or whatever. It's not about off the field stuff. No, it's not about philanthropy. That fool's gambling and smoking cigars and playing golf.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he ain't out, give him a ton back. Not to say he's never given back. I'm not trying to, this isn't a trash Michael Jordan segment by any means, but dude, if you want to compare who's really changing the world and who's doing positive things for the world, not only the community he's in, but the world, dude. LeBron James, man, especially at the age that he's done it at. Empowering those dudes at a young age, having the smarts to know I need people around me. And the fact that he put these people in the place and not one of them missed, not one miss out of these three guys, not one motherfucker was like, oh yeah, we had to have him. We had Johnny on the team early, and he started fucking around and getting drunk and going to the strip club and blowing money and doing dumb shit and beating his wife or whatever. Like, They didn't have one problem, dude, with any of these guys. One shot, one kill. That just shows LeBron's eye for talent, shows his eye for scouting. Dude, he literally handpicked these fools.
Right.
There was no audition process. There was no, he was let everyone know, I'm looking for some people so they could be on their best behavior. He just saw qualities in these guys and knew, these are the guys, dude. These 3 guys are the guys that are going to help me build what I want to build and get to where I want to get to. And that is an incredible thing, because I wish I had that now. I still feel like I have to do everything myself.
Yeah.
I still feel like I need to be doing it all, and I still feel bad about taking help or empowering people or delegating. So it just helped me so much to look at, man, I learned so much from that, bro. I just took a ton from that documentary. So I'll kind of leave it there. That's if you want to check it out, highly recommend it. You definitely should check it out.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out, man. Yeah, thanks for putting me on, man.
ESPN Plus.
I'm already ready.
Let's jump into the Grammys, dude.
Grammys, hell yeah, man.
Big Grammy night. Sorry, I just talked a ton. Just talked everyone's ear off. But between the R. Kelly thing and that, man, it was the fact that you haven't seen it. I hope it puts you up on game a little bit. But Grammy stuff. What did you think, first of all, of Alicia Keys? I'll start there, man.
Alicia Keys, her banter wasn't as good as I would have liked, because I compare it to like a Chris Rock or who else was super legit back in the day, hosting the Grammys type of thing. I can't think of off the top, but usually they're pretty good with like flow, and I thought her flow was up and down. I thought there was good times, and I think there was bad times with it. However, when Alicia Keys got on and performed Dueling Pianos by herself with some of the hottest songs and just goes through rock genres, pop genres, R&B genres, anything from Kings of Leon to Coldplay to her own song, The Fugees. Oh my God. She is so talented, dog. She is so talented. And there is this good nature that I felt from her, as she was hosting this. So I did like that. But I thought her banter could have been a little bit better. But dude, she is so talented. That's what I got from her. What do you think?
Dude, I thought it was absolutely incredible. Blew me away, bro. I'm gonna eat some crow. I used to be a guy that I doubted Alicia Keys a little bit, man. Before Sunday, to be dead honest with you, before the thing, I told my girl, I'm like, what's up with her? Is it just me, or do you feel a weird vibe? I always felt a weird vibe from Alicia Keys. Like when she married Swiss Beats, all of a sudden she just stopped. I felt like her career was like this, on this upward trajectory. Mm-hmm. And then she met Swiss Beats. And it wasn't like when Whitney Houston met Bobby Brown and you just saw the downfall. But it was like it just stopped. Yeah. It was like she was going up and then she just stopped. And then she had a couple little things. She had New York and she had a couple little big hits, but it wasn't like... Right. It just, the train was moving so fast and she had so much steam, and to stop that, it just felt like I put blame on Swiss Beats. I honestly looked at Swiss Beats like he was not necessarily, this is fucked up. I don't want to say he was R. Kelly, but I looked at him like, did this fool do some weirdo shit to her? Did he lock her in a room? Does he not let her go out? Like, why don't we see her anymore? Why isn't she on tour anymore? Why do we hear this girl is on fire and then we don't see... Where's the follow-up? Where's the next big show? Like, she didn't keep it going. Does that make sense?
No, I agree with that. I mean, obviously she did The Voice and some of these other things transpire, but her own personal career, that high that she was on, and dude, the sky was the limit with her.
Dude, she
just like plateaued.
I thought she was the next, dude. She was the... Whatever, any great singer, and not, I mean, we're talking about a girl that's won 15 Grammys, like she hasn't done anything. Let's be real. Let's take it for what it is. But that's just how I felt. Now, going into the show, I'm so happy to say I was so far wrong, bro. I was so off base. I was so wrong about this. I was so wrong about her. She looked like she had changed to me. She looked like she wasn't the same woman. She looked like she every time you saw her, she was kind of in some. She wasn't like all dolled up like she used to be. I just felt like she was different. Yeah. And
she was on an anti-makeup raid for a little
I remember
while.
That. That's
and
what
I don't remember all the details on that.
I'm talking a little bit about that. I'm talking. She just felt different. And after talking to my girl, she's like, "What? What do you mean? Like, don't you?" People change. She's just a different person now. She's a mom. She has kids. Maybe she didn't like all the touring schedule. Maybe she didn't like the heavy spotlight and all that stuff. Maybe she just enjoys the family life more with Swizzy and the way what they got going. And I feel fucked up now for that. I feel messed up because I feel like, damn, I super judged Swiss Beats. Like, I super judged her. I super I was reaching for something because stuff wasn't as it had been. I thought something was wrong. Something had to be wrong. What is going on? Why is she a weirdo now? Did he turn her into a weirdo? What's going on? Swiss Beats a weirdo behind doors. Like, what's going on?
Totally.
I don't think it's any of that now. I just think I was totally off base, and I was passing preconceived judgments and notions on people's lifestyle because they stopped, like I said, that shooting star stopped for whatever reason. And I didn't want it to stop. I just wanted her to keep going, bro.
Yeah.
I wanted to see her be the greatest of the great.
Totally.
And it's not like she's not. And I don't know. I don't know what it was about me that had that feeling, but I feel bad now.
Yeah,
I
sure.
definitely have to apologize for the way I felt. And it's not like they need my apology. They don't care, but it's me as a person, like judging Swiss Beats, one of the, just a monster producer. I mean,
why'd you bring her
smash
down,
after
bro?
smash. That's what I felt like. I was like,
bring her down.
Because even Swizz, dude, you think about Swizz, his stuff kind of tapered off a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I don't necessarily think that was due to their relationship. I think that's just what producers do. Mm-hmm. Lil Jon was super white hot for a little period of time, then he cooled off. Mm-hmm. Scott Storch was hot for a period of time, and then he cooled off. Storch, it just happens. You know what I mean? You have a bunch of hits, then your sound gets tired, and people move on. You find new producers. You could, anyone, Ninth Wonder, Just Blaze. You can go down the line of producers. That's what happens. Sure. But the fact that I judged it like that was super wrong, and now I feel super bad because, man, I thought she was incredible. Yeah. I thought the whole show was incredible as far as her. The banter and stuff that you're talking about, I loved it, dude. I loved how honest she was and how real she was. And the camera glitches that were so weird. There were camera glitches where she didn't know she was on camera.
She was still
Production
talking,
staff was still, man, but she was it made me feel like I was in church.
Yeah.
I fucking loved it, dude. It made me feel like I was in church. It made me feel like she was talking directly to, and it was so positive and it was so uplifting. Yeah. It brought a tear to my eye. Just the hearing how she has such a beautiful soul, dude.
Yeah. Dude, genuine and gracious are the two words that come to me from that.
So
like
gracious,
I felt
so
like
genuine.
She wasn't over my level. She wasn't not on my level. She was a woman of the people. And dude, for the first female host of the show in 14 years, that's a big undertaking.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure coming from Alicia Keys. And dude, she was just perfect, genuine, gracious. Like I said, I wish the banter would have been a little bit more. But the thing is, it did kind of feel like a Sunday. And it did feel like she wasn't trying to one-up me. She was trying to be better than me. She was trying to have all the air.
Yeah.
She was giving people their clout and their time. And just, you're right, man. You kind of turned me over a little bit. I wanted more banter, but now as I'm looking back on it, man, she was so genuine.
And the mistakes she had, that's what I think. The mistakes she had or the little stumbles were so authentic.
Yeah.
That's what I loved about it. They were so authentic, man. They were not forced. She didn't feel like she was doing anything forced. This was the best Grammys I've seen, and I can't tell you how long. Last year was walking on pins and needles with James Corden and all the political stuff. It didn't feel comfortable. It didn't feel good.
It felt forced.
Yep. And dude,
Absolutely.
this was seriously, this was like taking a jug of Pure Spectrum CBD oil and just rubbing it all over the Grammys, dude, just relaxing everything and making it feel so cool and so chill and such a vibe. I loved it, dude. I loved it. I cannot say I loved it enough. I thought she did incredible. Let's take a listen to Alicia Keys a little bit about when she came out. She kind of talked about how music, I got a soundbite here.
Oh yeah,
She talked about how music, what it kind of meant to her, what it meant to all of us, and how it brings us together.
It's inside you.
It is so exciting to be here because music is what we all love. Music is what it's all about. You know, everybody is out here shining, and I'm so proud to bring us together to honor this moment. Because music is what we cry to. It's what we march to. It's what we rock to. It's what we make love to.
Yeah.
That's tight.
It's
she
our
did a little
shared
move.
global language. And when you really want to say something, you say it with a song. Am I right or am I right? Let's just be honest. This is a celebration. And y'all didn't think I was coming out here by myself, did you?
This is my favorite part.
Yeah, for sure.
Right here.
Can I bring some of my sisters out here tonight?
Then the Grammys, the old stuffy ass Grammys drops in this beat right here. Boom, 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 boom. Just classic, dude. And then you got Lady Gaga, you got Jada Pinkett Smith, you got Jennifer Lopez,
Michelle Obama.
and of course, Michelle Obama. Of course. So right there, man, just an incredible moment at the Grammys. If you didn't see it last night, I thought Alicia Keys killed it. And that was one of the kind of opening segments there. She just absolutely crushed it. And that led up to one of the moments of the night, I would say, with Michelle Obama. What did you think of that moment?
Oh, Michelle Obama, yeah, for sure. It wasn't even political. It was just...
It was great. I got the soundbite if you want to play it.
Just being good to people.
Right. That's exactly what it was. Here, let me play Michelle Obama. This is funny. She tries to talk and she couldn't even get the first sentence out.
Yeah.
From the Motown records I wore out.
Dude, she's just loved by all, dog. She is.
Hell yeah.
Things she did for kids in the schools, dude.
This brought a tear to my eye, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was just so fucking excited for her, and just that humanity was so behind her. And I got a shout out,
dude. And these 4 strong women up here, I was just happy for women, dude.
Like, no doubt.
From the Motown records I wore out on the South Side to the Who Run the World songs that fueled me through this last decade. Music has always helped me tell my story, and I know that's true for everybody here. Whether we like country or rap or rock, music helps us share ourselves, our dignity and sorrows, our hopes and joys. It allows us to hear one another, to invite each other in.
Amen.
Music shows us that all of it matters. Every story within every voice, every note within every song. Is that right, ladies?
Yes,
right, Michelle?
What is better than this? There's nothing better than this. Tonight we celebrate the greatness in each other, all of us, through music.
I love that right there, man. I absolutely love it. I thought it was one of the classiest things between Alicia Keys and all those ladies that were up there. It felt so comfortable. It felt so right. It felt classy. It wasn't forced. It wasn't like, this is a Me Too thing. We're going to push out all these people up to the front just because we need to. It didn't feel like the Grammys was forcing women or black people, black empowerment or anything like that down. It just felt so good, man. It felt like the vibe was right. It felt like everything was chill, and it felt like it empowered all of us, bro. It felt like it made all of us want to just, like you said, love, come together through music, man. We all rock to the same shit. We vibe to the same shit. We use music as a channel and as a thing to connect. And let's just do that tonight. That's why we're here. If you can't appreciate that, if you don't love what Michelle said or what Alicia Keys said, I ain't got nothing for you, bro.
Yeah.
I don't. That's something on you. Yeah. If you don't like unity and you don't like people empowering other people and coming together for a common connection, if you can't put your beliefs or whatever is dividing you from everyone else, if you can't put that aside,
go take a CBD bath. Right.
No shit, man. You need to chill out.
Yeah, for sure. What did you think about the moment where Alicia Keys and John Mayer got up there?
Fire.
Because of the 2005 incident, where she lost to him, and she actually gave the story was, her and John, they actually split the Grammy Award. And they brought it back together.
Yeah, it was fire.
Because John's like, oh no, Alicia should have got that for sure. And dude, it was done super well.
She played, dude. It was so cool to me because the Grammys, this is what they should do forever and now on. They need to let whoever hosts, let them be them. If you want to bring back LL Cool J, if you want to bring back, some of the people you've had in the past, change it up and let them be them. They let her do her 100% last night. Everything from the opening monologue to the part where she did talk about John Mayer, and they showed the clip. Yeah. On live TV, they cut a piece of the show to show an old clip of the Grammys
of John Mayer getting up. Yeah.
Stevie Wonder opening the envelope and you reading it in Braille.
Act like he was going to read it, but then hits the Braille on the backside.
Hits the Braille, and he's like, where goes to John Mayer, daughters, and then Alicia Keys like, man, that was one of the saddest days ever. I thought I had it. I thought Stevie was going to say my name, and John said I deserved it, broke the award in half, and then he came on. It was super, super sick, dude. Yeah. Just super ill. I thought it was well done. They need to let whoever is hosting, let them do the show, man. Let them show their personality. Let them give personalized stories. And maybe this was a one-off. Maybe this can't happen again because Alicia Keys is a recording artist, and she is so close to the situation, and she has been there. Maybe it's a situation it can't happen like that again. But man, I can't say enough about it. I thought it was so well done. Multiple times, dude. Like I said, tears brought to my eyes just as far as the unity and as far as like, sometimes you just need that. There's so much hate and so much negativity. And when you get that positivity and that love feeling, sometimes you just got to let it flow, dude. And you just got to feel the way you feel. I wasn't trying to be too proud or too tough or too anything, man. I was just trying to let it flow and let things flow the way they did. And man, incredible.
What aside from kind of what we talked about, what were some of your favorite parts or maybe performances?
The opening number was so fire.
Yeah.
Bro, that was the hottest way to kick off the show.
Yeah.
One of the hottest songs of last year. Havana, I could listen to that thing over and over. I think that is a sick record.
Yeah.
Did you know Camila Cabello used to be in Fifth Harmony?
I didn't know that.
One of the chicks from Fifth Harmony. Yeah.
Really?
And everything too, huh, JJ?
And everything.
They didn't just break up.
Hey, hit him with the intro.
How about new?
I'm just JJ. I'm just messing with you.
They did what One Direction did, essentially.
Oh, One Direction's broken up? I didn't even know about that.
I thought they did.
Oh.
Because I know Zayn left and Harry
Styles is doing his own thing, and then that blonde-haired kid.
Okay, yeah. I think that happens with any group. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to grow up, you're going to move on. You know,
They made more money that way.
Sometimes they occasionally get back together, new Kids on the Block, Backstreet Boys, whatever. But you go through a time. You go through a breakup. People go solo. People do shit. That was the greatest thing that ever happened to Justin Timberlake. Leaving NSYNC, he was 10 times bigger going solo. Nah, I guess not. I don't want to say 10 times bigger. NSYNC was huge. But he maintained. He was just as big doing his solo stuff.
Yeah.
But I thought the Havana performance was fire.
Yeah.
And the reason I thought it was so incredible, I loved the West Side Story look in the background with the boxes. The old dude banging on the roof with the cane because they were being loud upstairs, dude. I just thought every detail was so sick. The way she came up front with the handkerchief, dropped it, homeboy walked out. Then you had Jay Balvin sitting on the bench with the newspaper folded up. He came out. You know, just it was ill, bro. I was the whole shit was a vibe for me. I was in this room. I was standing up like I'm vibing out in here by myself, in the dark. Dude, I was literally in this room in the dark.
Ricky Martin ain't lost a step.
No way.
That guy's still good looking. Man, I thought Magnum P.I. was sick. Tom Selleck with the mustache. Ricky Martin might look better with a mustache than without one.
I know.
That guy pulled it off. He looked good. He sang well. Man, still a stud.
He looked like he was performing.
Yeah.
He looked like he was performing on a Broadway show. Like he was just, dude, the guy, you could tell he's been in the gym. You could tell he's been working out. Yeah. You could tell his spray tan's on point. His little mustache is on point. Like he was, dude, fire. Everything about Ricky was fire. I would venture to say that he bangs. He bangs.
That is true.
Yeah, I would,
Robin was super pumped.
Sounds like it.
Was she?
Yeah, Robin was super pumped. I'm like, babe, is that Ricky Martin? She's like, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she did that.
Yeah.
She did like a deep growl or what?
Yeah, it was Growlfest 2019 over here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She did Ken Kniff from Connecticut. Hey, this is Ken Kniff from Connecticut, you little bitch.
Exactly.
You don't know that album, do you?
No.
Slim Shady LP.
No idea.
Circa 97. No big deal.
Man. That's the only one. That's the only one.
I was even born.
It's the only one I own on vinyl.
Oh, dude. Slim Shady LP's fire.
True. What about the what about the Janelle Monáe?
That's what I was just gonna say. Janelle Monáe.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Why do I keep spacing Janelle?
You know what? Let me give you my opinion here because I kind of gave you a little bit earlier today. So are you familiar with the one-hit wonder Robert Palmer?
Who doesn't know that guy?
Dun, dun, dun,
Oh, yeah.
dun,
Yeah. Go ahead. I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up. You can keep talking.
So this performance was great. I enjoyed the performance. But there was a lot of different aspects of it, so I'm trying to figure it out and try to compare it. I'm like, I've seen this before, or I haven't seen this before, or this is new. And I'm like, where is this all coming from?
Oh, yeah. We got to get a little bit of this under here.
This is the jam. So what happened was Janelle had these these backup dancers, just like Robert Palmer did in his video, Addicted to Love. And they were just kind of making their movements, with their guitars and doing their dances. Her dancers were doing the same thing. So I'm like, oh my God, this is a Robert Palmer video. I'm like, this is awesome. And then all of a sudden, she gets kind of these snappy Prince like one-offs.
That was what I thought.
And I was like, oh my God, look at this Prince influence as well. And then all of a sudden, as the video, or as her performance kind of gets to the end of it, where she starts dancing, I'm like, holy shit. She is dancing just as good, if not better, than James Brown. I'm like, oh my God, this performance is so heavily influenced, and that's why it was so great, in my opinion.
For sure.
Did you get any of that?
I immediately thought Prince. I did
you?
not once throughout the performance think Robert Palmer. I got to give you some dap on that because, dude, if you're seeing the music video, if you've seen the video for this, you're totally right. They're all standing behind him with the guitars, doing those movements, dude. I totally forgot about that. Robert Palmer, one of the biggest one-hit wonders of all time. I mean, this is it for him. This is his only song, and it was a smash back then, dude. Late 80s. Yeah. So.
He definitely wasn't married to Swiss Beats at that time.
No.
This was just his one hit, and that's it. Okay,
right.
One hit, one kill. See you later.
I'm out. Or the performance though, I totally got Prince vibes with the guitar at the beginning.
Totally. Oh yeah.
You know, and then the whole chorus to it. It's just the way you make me feel. I think it was the song.
Yep.
It's just the way you make me feel.
Super Princey. Yeah.
I don't even know if that's the right, probably like strums or
the
whatever.
right rhythm.
Yeah, I don't play guitar. But yeah, dude, it totally gave me the Prince vibes. Totally gave me more of a throwback or an '80s vibe to it. A little red Corvette action or a little, you know, just something. I told my girl, I was like, if Prince was still alive, I'd put 100 right now that he wrote this song. That's how confident I would be because it sounded so much like it was influenced by Prince.
Yeah, totally.
It just sounded like a Prince ripoff in a weird way. Not a bad way, but...
And then there was also some Madonna influence in there with kind of the rubbing of the vagina a little bit. And
that was crazy.
It was like pretty provocative, like a Madonna thing back when she was, you know, at her hype. Like, oh my God, that's crazy. You know, now
it felt like the MTV Movie Awards or Music Awards. You don't get those kind of performances at the Grammys usually. You know what I mean? It's pretty clean. It's pretty... Mm-hmm. But that's kind of makes the Grammys old, stuffy, and boring. I think they took a huge step last night, dude, into becoming... Like, I'm pumped for next year's show. Now, maybe a terrible dumpster fire and a letdown. I mean, it might be Fire Festival, but I'm excited. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm excited for next year's show, dude. We were texting. We both love the Grammys so much. We're huge music fans. Yeah. Me being influenced and doing music for so long and writing songs, I still have aspirations of winning a Grammy as a songwriter, dog. I mean, I know the artist ship has kind of probably sailed. Not really trying to be an artist, but, dude, as far as a songwriter, that's a great living. You can write songs forever. You can write songs anywhere.
Dude, when you and I first started hanging out, it was crazy because, you know, you had just gotten your Ford, your Focus, or Fusion.
Yeah.
And, man, I can't tell you how many days I would meet up with Franchise. He would either come to the crib or I'd come to his crib, and he wouldn't be at the crib. He'd be in his car.
Just at the car.
Finishing up, editing some beats, putting in some beats, you know, making some beats for new people. Because you used to sell a lot of beats, especially in college, right? That was how you funded a lot of your own things, whether it was buying purchases, making whatever you wanted to do. Yeah. Man, you were so music heavy. I remember you mix mashing so many different things from, you know, your vocals to... like putting in some crazy beat with Van Halen over the top,
remixes,
you know, or
cover
whatever.
Remixes,
man, you were super in it. But yeah, I'd like to see you kind of get back into that. I mean, I know you don't have time. You're like the anti-time god. You like time is nothing. You couldn't even buy any more time if you wanted to. But man, you that's kind of what I still know you as, man. You know, Thomas the Franchise. We talked about it in one of the podcasts. Like that's where your name comes from. You know, is kind of rapping and doing these freestyles when you're early in the game. And dude, you've opened up for the likes of like what. Bubba Sparks, some of the biggest artists, at least at their time.
Yeah, anyone that was coming through that like Northern Colorado area in that time, I was opening for them. You know, anyone, Bubba Sparks, Yin Yang Twins, C40, Devin the Dude, freaking 2 Live Crew. Yeah, like anyone that was big that was coming through, I was getting the call. Me and Black Prez, a lot of the times we would be doing mad shows. Like he would throw me on his show up in Fort Collins, I'd throw him on my show over in Greeley. Like we just had a really good vibe, dude. And we were just getting asked to do mad shows, road tripping to mad shows, fool. Just like going all over the place, performing at some of the worst spots you can imagine, performing at some of the illest like spots, like just all over. Tons of stuff. So big Grammy fan. Love what they did with it last night. Did you see your boy Drake get cut off?
I did.
What did you think of that?
Well, so initially I thought there was maybe something to that. Like, oh my God.
I think there was.
Well, okay. So
yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
All right.
I was shitting on the Grammys. I thought there was something to it. What do you mean?
Well, okay. So let me find. To
be honest, I think personally, I took it as he was sort of building a ceiling above all the rappers who were up and coming to kind of stop them in their tracks almost.
That's how you took it? What do you mean? Explain, elaborate on that.
Like how he essentially said, if you have fans who are
I got the clip. Hold up. Here, I got the clip. Let me get this going here.
We play in an opinion-based sport, not a factual-based sport. Look, the point is, You've already won if you have people who are singing your songs word for word, if you're a hero in your hometown. If there's people who have regular jobs who are coming out in the rain, in the snow, spending their hard-earned money to buy tickets to come to your shows, you don't need this right here. I promise you. You already won. We play in an opinion-based sport.
Okay, so it says you don't need this right here. You already won.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing. I'm like, it sounds like he's like telling them to like, you made it to the top. There's like nowhere else to go. Like,
yeah, you don't need
move on now.
Yeah, you don't need validation of a Grammy to know that you made it.
Yeah.
You have the people's support.
And
they're already listening to you.
I feel like that was like taking jabs at the Grammy, or just kind of like, I wouldn't say he was trying to be greedy in any way, but like I feel like he's trying to keep some people down almost, it seemed like.
I took it as he already has a rocky relationship with the Academy already. They're not on great terms. Yeah. But I took it as he's just taking more jabs at the Academy. And I think the Academy was right to they didn't cut him off in the middle of the set. They didn't freaking start rolling the music right in the middle of when he was talking. They let him say what he wanted to say. He took a super long ass dramatic pause. They had a camera fading out already. He wasn't talking. People were clapping. I thought it was over too. And I think the producer was like, cool, that's good. Let's wrap it. Yep. And they wrapped it on him. I don't think that's their fault. I don't think they were even really trying to slight him, but I could see if they did. Yeah. We're going to invite you to our show, and you're going to come on here and try to talk shit about us? Yeah. I'd hit the Willy Wonka fucking trapdoor joint and have him fall through the stage. What do you mean? Yeah. I'd be like Veruca Salt.
Or that new Ellen DeGeneres show. Have you seen that new game show?
I haven't seen it.
Where they stand up top. It's the last part, and when they get the answer wrong, sends them to the
same
chute,
thing.
Dude.
I haven't seen it.
Same thing, but I like the Willy Wonka reference better.
Yeah.
Well, check this out, though. So I can see it on both sides. I think Drake did have a natural pause that did seem like he was done. And if you know anything about Grammys or any type of like award ceremony, like, dude, everything is time. You've got people running the back like, hey man, get camera A on camera Z. What looks on this, give him right in. You know, dude, it's busy back there and it's crazy back there. I got to see one of those live at a football game one time. But anyways, so yeah, they have to use their best judgment, best judgment call on that for sure. But what I would say, there was a natural pause, and I think the producers did assume like, okay, cool, he's done, because there was clapping. You were exactly right on that. Now, the producers, just so you guys know, I'll put you on game, and franchise, you might already know this, but the producers did speak with Drake following his speech and did offer him to come back on stage.
No way.
To finish whatever his thoughts were.
Oh, wow.
Drake then said he was happy with what he said and didn't have anything else to add.
Oh, nice.
And
so perfect. So
it was addressed.
And he was even offered to perform at the Grammys, but he denied it apparently.
Yeah. Well, don't get it twisted. Drake has been a no-show for a lot of these Grammys, right? You know, and some of it for good reason. He was actually touring, I think, probably 3 or 4 out of these shows. He was doing a tour in the UK once. He was doing a tour, in the US. Taylor Swift, all these people have had, prior
obligations. Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. But don't get it twisted. There was probably a little spite with Drake, towards the Grammys. I absolutely believe that with all my heart. And there was probably a little bit of that on the Grammys. Like, hey, we're going to watch this guy. We're trying to protect our asses here. This is our show. Don't get it twisted. There was fault on both sides.
That's crazy that they offered him to come back up.
They offered him to come back up.
That's super classy of the Grammys. As much as he shit on them and their relationship with the Academy.
And not showing up so much.
Then he shit on him during the first speech. Yeah. You're going to offer him to come back up. Yeah. It's not a lot nicer than I would have done.
Yeah.
A lot nicer than I would have done. Dude, so maybe that's some pretty good treatment, man. Mm-hmm. Overall, I don't know what goes on behind the scenes. I don't know if they were treating people better, but to me, it looked like this show ran. Everyone was so happy. Everything was so positive. There was a couple points where the performances I didn't like a ton, but it didn't feel like the show drug on to me.
Right.
Sometimes, some years, you just get that drag on. It starts at 6 o'clock Mountain, doesn't end until 10. We're talking about a 4-hour show.
Yeah.
It can drag on. I mean, I watch wrestling pay-per-views that can drag on and they're 4 hours, and you're like, yeah, well, SummerSlam, what's going on here? Let's get it moving. But it didn't feel like that to me. Here's this is actually Entertainment Tonight caught up with Drake for a post speech after him, and he didn't seem too mad about it. I don't really know what this means though. Maybe you guys do.
Drake, is there anything else you want to add to that speech? Yeah, they cut you off a little early. Is there anything else you wanted to say?
Yeah. I want to say the mayor of Toronto needs to turn the CN Tower gold tomorrow. I'm chrome and gold. Are you stupid? Are you dumb?
What did he say?
The mayor needs to turn the CN Tower
Yeah, the big tower they have in Toronto gold because obviously he got a Grammy. I think that's what that all means.
gold and chrome. I think
Yeah.
he said. Are you stupid? Are you dumb?
Are you stupid? Are you dumb? I don't know what that means.
It's just like a funny thing.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
JJ,
So-
I thought you would know. You're young. You're with this stuff.
Yeah.
I have like something
Thought you were
else
with the
about
shits.
Drake though.
What up?
Apparently, just recently, at his old place, someone went dumpster diving and found his old rhyme book, and now it's being sold for $32,000. The notebook
Wow.
is comprised of old verses and lyrics from 2002 to 2005, and apparently some of the lyrics that were in there were from the rap song he won with, God's Plan.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's kinda
old. Shit, that old?
Yeah.
Wow. Sick. Pretty sick. Where'd
What a find.
No, that's what I was just gonna say. Jeez.
Yeah.
Just found it at his old apartment.
Or in a
who's-
dumpster at his old, it was his
Who's
old
throwing that
workplace.
out? Oh, his workplace. Damn,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Maybe left it around, hanging around, or I don't know.
But I had a quick question. Do you think he was like the best one? Like, was God's Plan the best song of last year? Considering
well-
even Eminem dropped his new album, like
That's what I was gonna say. He was in a category with Eminem and Joyner Lucas. Lucky You. I thought that song was so fire.
So good.
Travis Scott, Sicko Mode, J Rock's King's Dead,
Win.
and Win.
Yep.
And then Eminem.
Out of those records,
I wish Eminem would have won, even though he probably wasn't there to begin with. Like, come on.
Here's what it probably comes down to. I don't know what the voting process is or whatever else. That M shit was so lyrical, dude. The people that are voting, do you think they are understanding or listening to that with lyrical intent or how it's going? I think it's a combination of that, what they can actually understand and what they think of the song itself, plus record spins, plays. That thing, Lucky You, was not huge throughout the nation on radio. God's Plan was the biggest song on Billboard for months.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Plus, you have to know
and
the Academy is built of a bunch of,
If I remember
older
correctly,
people.
Joyner Lucas.
Joyner Lucas.
Yep.
In the song, he says, "I'll never get a Grammy for this" or something
that's
like
funny.
that, which
Yeah.
is so ironic that this happened.
Yep. Yeah, I think Joyner Lucas snaps too. He's right there with them. I don't think anyone got bodied on that track. I think they both were neck and neck. Like you listen to certain songs with certain MCs and you're like, so and so kind of got bodied. A lot of people feel that way about Jay-Z on the song with Eminem, Renegade. They feel like Jay just got murdered on his own joint. Yeah, M just killed him. And there's a lot of different songs like that where people feel like so and so got bodied. I don't feel like Lucky You was one of those. I thought they both just stood their ground extra tough.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Dude,
What up?
one of my favorite performances of the night. Her.
Oh, dude,
I
man.
had no idea who she even was. I had no idea that she was even somebody. I had no idea. So I'm watching.
You didn't know her.
Dude, I had no idea who her was.
Okay.
No idea. But she comes out with this like beautiful, gorgeous, hair that is so curly, parted down the middle, and has her shades on, dude.
It's like a dope wavy look. Yeah.
Oh my God. And she had this like purplish like glitter, which is almost translucent. You can almost see through it just a little bit in certain parts, right? In all the right areas. That was Grammy appropriate, I guess you'd say. Dude, and then she has this clear translucent guitar that shows like her outfit in the backside of it.
It was like a super sparkly outfit, so the guitar almost looked sparkly.
Yeah, because
of-
it shows her
being
whole outfit,
translucent.
and it starts out as this like really melodramatic piece, and it is some of the most soulful music I have ever heard. It took me back to. Do you remember the artist Joss Stone?
Oh, of course, yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
like it's that type of soul, man, that is just really deep and rooted, and you just can't learn this. You just have it or you don't, kind of thing. I was blown away. And then as she starts chopping it up on the guitar, dude, to match the actual singing. So she's having this choir sing behind her. She's chopping it up on the guitar to match that, dog. I thought it was a great performance. I was blown away by her.
Yeah, I thought it was incredible. I've
She
heard
doesn't even have an album out yet. It's an EP.
Right. That's
which is crazy.
She won the award, and that's what she went up and said after she won an award for that album.
Amazing.
So I thought it was awesome too. I've heard of her before. Not a ton, not super versed, but I thought it was. I'm with you. I thought the performance was mind blowing. Loved how she started out just her and rocking with the guitar, electric guitar, and then they added all that band and the elements came in later. Super, super sick, dude. One of the better performances. I thought I agree. The look was overall ill, just killed the whole thing.
Yeah.
What did you think of Gaga's performance?
I liked Gaga's performance. I love Shallow. I love that song. I wish Bradley could have joined her, and I know he was at some BAFTAs
Baptist
awards or something, awards up there in UK or something. But he was doing something, he couldn't make it. I think having him join her was crazy. I think it was a little bit more headbanging sesh than Shallow probably needed.
Right, yeah.
I was, her just headbanging, and
right.
she turned Shallow into as much of a rock song as it could have been, which was weird. But, dude, she's such a good vocalist. Oh my God, she blows my mind. And then, the little face that she made at the end where she turns her head, cocks her head, and they do that. They take that shot of her with the hair kind of in her face. And she, I think she's trying to bring back her monsters.
Looking like Nirvana up there.
Well, I think she's trying to. So her fan club, called the Little Monsters, right? So I think she's trying
Monsters, Dallas, not Munsters. That's like the show.
Monster
the Munsters?
cheese?
Yeah, for sure.
The Little Monsters, Dallas.
Tomato, dog.
Munsters.
Monsters.
No, it's not tomato, because Munsters is their own thing.
I know, MUNSTERS,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Versus Monsters.
Right. So it can't be tomato. They're two different things.
Yeah, the dialect can be the same.
One's Munsters, which is their own thing, and one's Monsters, which is their own thing.
Are you from Kansas? I didn't think so.
What do you mean?
Must be that.
What does it have to do with anything?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of words.
It can't. I'm just telling you, it's not tomato.
It's
Those
just
are
like,
the same thing. This is not the same thing.
It's like some people calling washing machine. Or
I'm with you on bouquet or
He's taking so many L's a day.
I'm with
He's
you
trying
on
to come
bouquet
back.
or bouquet. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on tomato. I'm with you on all that shit. This I can't be with you. It's not the same.
What about washing machine and washing machine? You never heard that?
Yeah, totally heard it.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Same thing?
Yep.
You can be with me on that?
Yeah,
but
same.
you can't be with me on Monsters.
No,
or
because Munsters its own show. They're their own thing. They're their own people. Monsters and Munsters.
I think we're gonna have to agree to disagree. We'll be best friends though. Still.
You're wrong.
Yep. Oh well, I could be.
Isn't there a cheese called Munster or like?
Take that L on the way out.
Munster cheese.
There is a Munster cheese.
Yep. Yeah. That's another different thing.
Yeah.
So I think that
come
just
on,
further
Dallas.
validates my
Okay.
Dow, finish. Little Monsters.
Little Monsters. I don't even know. I don't even know what I was saying now. Yeah. So her little fan club or whatever, the Little Monsters.
Yeah.
If that's better. I think she was trying to be kind of that darker image that she has gotten away from. So maybe she was trying to relate there, or maybe she was trying to do like the Metallica performance that, or the performance she did with Metallica.
Yeah.
I don't know. It didn't make a lot of sense, but it sounded great, and that's all I needed.
I was with you. I thought it was a little bit too much for Shallow. I thought it was a little weird. But that's who she is. She's a fucking.
Gaga.
Did you see her at the beginning of the set going like this, like kicking and like snapping at the? I thought she was trying to get the guy's attention, and me and my girl like laughing. She's like, he was looking at her like, "What do you want me to do?"
Hey,
like Mark Ronson was over there on the guitar looking at her like, I don't know what you want.
Yeah, he
want
comes
from
up
me.
there. And, you want to look deep into each other's eyes? Is that what we're doing?
He's like, we didn't do this during sound check, but okay.
Yeah,
All
for
right.
sure. All right, worst part of the Grammys.
Wait.
for me.
Let me finish on Gaga. Okay. I did think she had a great speech when she won her award, though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That
That was
performance.
good. Yeah.
I have a clip of that because I thought it was awesome and addressed what we talked about to kind of open the show a little bit. I don't want to say you have mental health issues, but it talked about that and just embracing it.
We all have hard times.
Lady Gaga, here we go.
If I don't get another chance to say this, I just want to say I'm so proud to be a part of a movie that addresses mental health issues. They're so important. And a lot of artists deal with that. And we got to take care of each other. So if you see somebody that's hurting, don't look away. And if you're hurting, even though it might be hard, try to find that bravery within yourself to dive deep and go tell somebody and take them up in your head with you. I love you. Thank you so much to the Grammys. Thank you.
All right, so Lady Gaga there, just talking about her ability to, mental health issues in general, and her being in the movie was huge for her. Love being a part of it. And if you haven't seen the movie yet, A Star Is Born, I thought it was awesome. I thought it does address a ton of issues. And not to say that you have mental health issues, Dal, by any means. Sorry, I didn't mean to indicate that. But
that's all good.
Just depression, being inside your head, talking about stuff like that, I think it is important. I think it's really important because if you have people that are in your life that aren't concerned, about what you're going through, why have them around?
Sure.
And there's also a little bit of a Boy Who Cried Wolf scenario there too. And I think that's kind of the stuff that people get caught up in a weird way, is not how do you take it serious? How often do you take it serious?
Right.
Is this something that the person does all the time? Is this something they're really battling with and struggling with? Do they really need help? In some points, that's what I would say is most common, is they need help. They need professional help. It's not something that a convo with a homie can fix. It's not something that a convo with your friends can fix. They need professional help, dog.
Or they can be too biased either way, Hey, you just need to get your shit together. Or, hey, stop being so sad. Sometimes it just needs to be a professional.
Right. It's hard for friends to tell another friend that,
totally.
It's really hard. And that's why I try to give as best advice I can, but not be too personal with it and but I want to still be real with my friends. So I thought that was good. I thought that was a great message. For people. What were you going to say? Sorry, after Gaga?
So I was just going to say kind of my two worst parts of the Grammys, like the two parts that I didn't enjoy that much was obviously number one would be, if we're talking performance, I guess let's start there. The Post Malone and Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Dude.
So, I love Post Malone. I love the rock star that he did. And I even love that acoustic set that he started with, dude. I thought it was really good.
That was the best part.
Dude, Post Malone has a great voice, and if you've seen him in concert, I know I haven't, but I've seen footage of it right on YouTube or whatever. He does a lot of grunge. He loves grunge. He does a lot of Nirvana covers, Pearl Jam, a lot of those grunge bands that I absolutely adore. He does a lot of that, and that acoustic session sounded just like that. I loved it. It was raw. It was good, and it sounded great. And then into the kind of where you couldn't see him behind, either under the stage or behind the stage, whatever he was in that tunnel way with the lights kind of hitting him, then it would go out. I thought it was great. Rockstar is a great song as well.
I don't like the auto-tune mics. I'm not a fan of it, bro. I hate it. I hated Travis Scott's performance. I hated Post Malone once he got into the auto-tune mic bullshit.
Yeah.
I just hate it, bro. I hate it. I think it sounds like crap live. It doesn't come across good. It doesn't look good. Nothing about it screams to me this person's musically talented. Yeah. Nothing about it.
Anthony Kiedis sounded like shit.
Here's what I would say about Kiedis. He sounded so awful by himself at the beginning, but then when Posty came in and started helping him on the chorus, he sounded good, dude.
Better.
It actually, better.
Yeah.
It made the performance better.
Yep.
But dude, when he was first starting out, I was like, oh, this is awful. This is bad news.
I remember when these guys did the halftime show at the Super Bowl, and that was pretty good. I love their energy, but oh my gosh, it tells me I'm glad I saw the Chili Peppers twice now in my lifetime, because that was a good time. Now, if I saw them, it would not be a good time.
I put in 100. I actually cashed 100 on Kiedis taking his shirt off. So,
did you?
No, I'm just
I was going to say.
I'm messing
I would have taken that bet all day.
Little prop bet.
I'm taking that bet all day.
Kiedis will end up shirtless.
Guaranteed.
Shocker.
Yeah.
He did. By the way, if you didn't see, he took off he had like a suit on. He took his blazer jacket off, and first threw it in the air, then went and kicked it at the drum set. I saw, and it wound up on the cymbal, and I was like, oh my gosh, dude, that could have gone bad. What if it just goes over Flea's face, or not Flea? Who's the drummer?
Chad Smith.
Yeah. What if it just goes over Chad's face, dude, and he's trying to drum and he can't freaking see? Like, I was like, that could have been terrible. Kiedis he just loses it. Then did you see him seizing up on the floor? He was like having a Caesar rolling around.
Yeah, I was confused.
Super siege.
Yeah, I was confused.
Under siege.
Under siege. Damn. I was trying to remember the guy who played that. That's so tight.
So I thought that was I thought that was good. Let's move on to the Travis Scott performance and we can kind of put a capper on the Grammys there. I'm cool on him if you're cool there.
Yeah.
Awful. Dog shit. The worst performance of the night.
Yeah.
It was a performance that didn't belong with the rest of the performances, because for the most part they were awesome. Even as boring as Casey Musgraves was and as boring as Dolly Parton was to me.
I like the 9 to 5. I was pumped on that.
Working
I love that song.
9 to 5. Yeah, fucking
Ready to make a living, getting by.
That's right. Yeah.
All taking and no giving.
Okay.
I just love it.
So, as boring as those were to me, the Travis Scott was just awful. It was bad. Awful. It was bad vocally. It sounded bad. It looked like a kid up there that had no talent in a world full of talent. Yeah. That's what it looked like to me.
He had just been bullied by 7 bullies.
Go ahead.
Kid with auto-tune.
Yeah, that's what I mean. A talentless person that didn't belong on the stage, and that it looked like they tried to use so much extra stuff to make it big. And so you had people running out of the crowd and running up through the crowd and up towards the stage. And then all of a sudden he's inside of this cage. And this is one of the worst songs I've ever heard. And he's jumping around and people are climbing up over the cage. And I'm looking like, this is an embarrassment. This is sad. Yeah. This is really, really sad.
After seeing the Super Bowl, how did they think this was going to go any better?
Right. And do you want for me personally, not being a black man, black people, please comment in the comments below because I would love to hear you talk. But I asked my girlfriend as a black woman, dude. I was like, yo, what do you think of this? Like, I looked at the whole Grammys as a representation of, damn, black culture is standing strong tonight, bro. Strong. Everything from Alicia Keys hosting to the Michelle Obama stuff to the tribute to Motown, which was Jennifer Lopez. I thought she did a great job there. I didn't know how much real singing she was doing. It looked like she was doing a lot more dancing than actual singing, but she sung it at some point and the performance was still good. Maybe not the person I would have had represent Motown, but I wasn't mad at it. It's still good. It didn't turn me off. Right. It didn't turn me off. It wasn't bad. Travis Scott, is that what you want representing black culture? Black people? Is that what you want when people from the outside look at black culture? Is that what you wanted them to see? Because it looked to me like that's an embarrassment compared to what else was going on. And again, I'm not a black man. I can't speak to it, guys. You know, maybe the younger kids don't feel that way. Maybe I'm an older head and I feel that way. But dude, that shit was embarrassing to me. When you have other people up there with voices like that, musicians like that, ripping stuff down, playing real music, and then you get that.
Was he just there to kind of represent the millennials?
I have no idea why he was there, bro.
Like,
I have no idea.
Let's be honest with ourselves.
And you know what else I have no idea?
I don't even know why he was awarded Best Rap Song.
I have no idea. And you know what else I have no idea about?
What?
Why, when Sicko Mode was nominated, was there literally 15 writers' names down below? Yeah. It took 15 of you guys to write that piece of shit? Are you kidding me? There's not even a ton of lyrics in the song.
Yeah.
We're not talking producers. We're talking writers. That song had 15 writers? Really?
What are we doing?
That's embarrassing, bro. And again, I would love to hear from you guys on this because maybe I'm just way off base, but man, I fully enjoyed the show except for that. I thought that was the worst performance of the night. I thought they could have done without that performance of the night. And honestly, Post Malone and Chili Peppers was probably second to that as far as being the worst.
I would say.
Post Malone made it better.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy the Rockstar segment in the middle of it, but I enjoyed him adding to the Chili Peppers and helping Kiedis out.
Better.
Right.
Yeah, totally.
Helping him out. Because by the end of that performance, I was like, all right, this is cool. At the beginning, I was kind of like, or at the beginning when Kiedis started, I was kind of like, I don't know.
Iffy.
Started out great with Post, went kind of whatever in the middle, then started out terrible with Kiedis and then kind of picked up at the end. But I would say those are the two worst performances, and Travis Scott was the worst, hands down, not even close, didn't belong on the same stage. You guys can say what you want. You guys can jock the motherfucker all you want. I'm going to give you my real opinion. I thought he sucks. I think he sucks. I thought the performance sucked.
Yeah.
I think the shoes aren't even that fucking tight. If I won the shoes, I wouldn't wear them once and I'd fucking resell them. The shock drop that happened. I know a lot of you were shocked and didn't know what was going on, but by the time you listen to this cast, maybe you'll understand. Chris Roberts just hit me up this morning. He said, what the fuck? Sold out?
Yeah.
What do you mean? I was like, dude, last night, shock drop. What were you doing? Were you sleeping?
It was less than a minute. And the crazy thing was, a lot of the sneakers apps I was hearing on my timeline, the sneakers apps wouldn't refresh. Nah, with the actual shoe in it.
Mine never showed the shoe until it was sold out.
Yeah. No, same with mine. Same with mine.
Yep.
Like, and I had closed it out. I had closed out sneakers. I even thought about uninstalling it for a second, but of course, I'm not going to get any shoes that way. But I was like, why isn't it showing it at least?
Yep.
But it sold out in less than a minute. It looked like bots were the only. There might have been a couple manual cops. Don't kill me in the comments on that. But bots were the only thing that could have gotten it because the bots already had strategically placed into Nike.com, and with it selling out as fast as it did, there's not a lot of humans that could have got it that fast because the sneakers app wasn't even working. So you had bots infiltrating the Nike site. There had to have been.
Yeah.
Had to have been.
Yep. Yeah. But I'm also not a fan of
my dude.
I'm not a fan of Trastro World. I don't think the album's good. Yeah. I don't think anything that man is doing is good, bro. Like I'm sorry. Call me a hater. I don't
want none of that merch.
I think I might be out of touch.
Yeah.
I could be. I could be a little Hall & Oates.
I hope Kais comes in our comments and kills you for that.
Oh, because he loves him?
Oh, he loves it.
You ride his dick? That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I won't. So
Dick Ride McGee over there.
I honestly don't really care. Like, that's just my opinion. I love music, and that's not music to me, dog. That's a bunch of noise and bullshit with an auto-tune sound and mic. And then we're talking about a kid here that's had back-to-back terrible performances on huge stages. Awful at the Grammys. The whole thing was damn near bleeped out. Yeah. And then you have an awful performance here.
He supposedly stole the whole backdrop from Motley Crue. Now people can argue that as
I've
well.
Heard that, yeah.
Taking the roller coaster, that was Tommy Lee's big thing.
The drummer in the cage.
Tommy Lee from Motley Crue has even gone as far as saying Kiss has stolen some of the things that Crue. Which
breaking news, dude.
What's that?
Breaking. Hold on. Huge news. Don't look at your phone.
All right.
Browns signed former Chiefs running back Kareem Hunt
The Browns.
Who was released in December after video surfaced of him shoving and kicking a woman.
Wow.
ESPN.com just got the alert on the Apple Watch, dude. Yep.
So what do you
news.
got? You got Chubb as your main guy, and then you got Hunt coming in as your end zone back. What do you got? I don't know how they're going to do that.
I guess.
Weird. The fact is they signed him. That's crazy. What do you think?
Brown's going to Brown, dog. I don't care. I knew he'd be on a team. this year.
Right, man.
Yeah, we all kind of.
Huh?
You're right.
Yeah, I knew he'd be on a
We all
team.
knew.
He can
We
still
all
play.
we all talked about it.
Anyone that can still play at a high level will be on a team.
Yeah.
If you're a young guy and you can play at a high level, you will be on a team. We've had this convo a million times. I don't want to get back into it, but sorry.
Kareem Hunt signed official.
Had to interrupt your stuff.
What did you think about Travis Scott's? I don't even know if they were dunks or ones. Some people are saying they're ones. They were like one lows that he had on during his performance.
I couldn't
that
tell
actually
he had
came off. Did you see that?
Oh no,
the shoes actually came off. He was shoeless as he climbed the cage and from either leaving the cage onto where they caught him, he lost his shoes.
Because they didn't show him getting in the cage. All this, they panned around all the madness. The lights kind of went out, and then he was just in the cage. I assumed he went up there standing inside, and then they lowered it around him. I didn't assume he climbed over.
Yeah, well, he climbed out of the cage
on
the performance, and then he jumped off the cage, stage dove into that little small pit.
Yeah.
And from the cage to the dive, he was shoeless all of a sudden. So the shoes that he had on, the only time he had a good glimpse of what he was wearing, obviously, when he was
sitting
on the
stage, stairs,
and listen to the guy singing the highs over here, and then him singing
he had the way too baggy wannabe Adidas snap pants that were not even Adidas or any other brand. They were terrible.
I think he was going to his own rave afterwards.
I guess. It looked like it. Looked like Jinko snap pants.
Yeah. Springsteen was going to bring the glow sticks.
Nice.
No comment?
He looked like he was going to say something.
All I'm going to say is that the resale on these shoes are absolutely insane.
Yeah, because it was a shock drop. The official release is in April. Once they officially release, the price will come down a little.
Yeah.
There's 5 pairs that were dropped.
Those things are going to...
5?
No, not 5, but you know what I'm saying. There was, a handful of pairs. They did also drop... the homie Khan hit me up and said they dropped on his website too, but he said that was literally one size run on his website. One size run. That's it. Yeah. So it was a shock drop, dude. It was what we expected at Super Bowl halftime. It didn't come. They hit us with it the next week at the Grammys. Now we know why they didn't do it at the Super Bowl, because they already probably had plans with the Grammys. That's a real shock. Everyone was waiting on it at the Super Bowl. I think some people might have been waiting on it last night, but it was probably a lot less waiting on it. And we know, you had to be in. If you weren't like me on the sneakers app when I did the infrared 6s and just got lucky.
Yeah.
I had that. I would have, it would have been better.
Zero chance.
The same on here. Just get lucky. But like I said, I wouldn't keep the shoe anyway. I think those are brown dog shit.
Luck, though. Holy crap!
Yeah, extreme luck. If you manually cop somehow, some way, you should buy
a lottery ticket.
Mini lottery tickets.
There's so many more pairs of shoes I want other than that, dude. If I got that, I would sell that and buy a bunch of pairs that I want, man.
I would buy the a couple off-white pairs that I missed, like the Air Max 90s, the Desert Ores.
Yeah.
I'd get that pair. I might even get the black. Because those are so wearable to me. And dude, you know what?
So you're not a fan of those either, then?
I like the stash pocket. That's it.
Right. Okay, I'm with you.
And I wouldn't even use it.
I think we're agreeing.
Screw all that. I would put it towards the Red October, man.
I don't know.
Well, that's what we're alluding to. We're not going to keep it. We're going to sell it.
Yeah,
we're going to get what we really want.
But like
Red October though, 5 racks. Get out of here.
Yeah, that's
get it used one. Yeah. 3.
Well.
Yeah, maybe you got 4 of these pairs right now. Then you can put it towards the Red October. It's fine.
I'm just saying it's selling for 2,200 right now. So
the highest I saw was 1,600, but I guess depending on size it could be. But nobody really has them in hand. I think those drop to about 450. When regular pairs are out and everybody
450. Wow.
I believe that's resale's not going to be any more than 450.
Damn, I thought they'd be over 7.
That's what I think. I could be wrong.
Interesting.
We'll see. But I think those pairs are going to land around 450 after the GR pairs release and after it's all said and done. 450-ish. 450. All right. What are we going to shoes now?
Yeah, let's go into sneakers and fashion, man. Move on to that.
It.
It's kind of a good a little segue there.
So I had a cop this weekend. Would you like to know what that is?
Of course, yeah. We had so many cops last week. I was like, damn, people are going to be sad. My Vans Masterminds come today. They'll be here at the shop, yeah. So I'm pumped for that. But
I wish I could go get a pair locally because
I know, dude. I wanted a pair locally too.
I don't want to be twins with you, but
you want to have them up in the Sherpa
for this adventure that we're going to have that we'll share on Thursday.
Yeah.
During the cast. I'd like to have a pair. So check this out. So there was a bunch of shoes, and I'm waiting to hear the big F word from your boy over here, Stringstein, here when I tell you what it is. So be prepared, audience. So check it out. So Saturday, there was a big shoe that I told you all that I was looking out for, and you guys are going to know here in just a second what that was.
Do you have it with you, though?
I don't have it with me. So we should have it, I'm hoping by Tuesday it comes in. It does come from Adidas. And I'm hoping to have it for Thursday's cast so we can kind of look at it. But I wake up in the morning. Adidas does their drops at 8 o'clock our time. And I'm on there, and I'm driving, and I'm on there with my tablet in the car. I've got 2 devices, 2 different IP
Two
addresses.
devices in the car driving?
Hold up.
Trying to get this
How
because
is this safe to begin with?
it's not safe. But you got to do it for the cast, okay? Do it for the culture here. So I'm on 2 devices trying to get this.
Yeah.
I'm in the queue. I'm in this queue.
Tell you're dead.
Finally get a pair to load. On the cart, cool, boom. Oh, sorry, your size is out of stock. Back in the queue, still in the queue. In the queue. I'm balancing the queue. I'm tired of the fucking queue already. And that's my first F word for the cast. You're welcome. But I'm tired of the queue by now. And all of a sudden, I'm like, screw this. I can't get it. I'm just not going to get it because that's just how this type of shoe is. Muzzy hits me up. He's like, hey, man, what's up, man? Did you get that shoe or not? Because we're both trying to get it, right?
Yeah.
You know, Muzzy all of a sudden's in the game. This guy was the hater of shoes. Why would you pay that? And why would you do that? And, oh, you can sell it? That doesn't make any sense. But if I got him, I would sell him too. You know, just not about the culture. All of a sudden, this guy's in the game. He hits me up and says, did you get the shoe? I'm like, no, I ain't got the shoe. He's like, I'm still in the queue, man, but whatever. I'm going to try. 1 minute later, exactly 1 minute later, sends me a screenshot.
No way.
He got the shoe, and he got it for me in my size.
Oh,
That's
shit.
sick, dude.
He got me the ZX 4000 4Ds.
There they are.
The
Really?
4Ds are coming in. I got them. Some people are like, oh, I don't want that Frankenstein baseball stitch looking ugly ass shoe. Fine.
Yeah.
Fine, Chief Aaron Stein.
Yeah.
Go ahead and eat your own balls. That's fine. I am so pumped on this shoe. It will be here this week. That shoe was $382.
Oh, shit.
That hurts.
After taxes,
Fees,
retail.
everything, yeah.
Retail.
That hurts.
So it's $350 plus tax or what?
$350 plus tax,
Wow.
dog. So
And shipping? Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
so it is coming from Adidas, and I think they do like 2 to 3 days just normally. Muzzy was like, dude, I didn't have time to check the shipping. He's like, I just got what was default. I'm like, fool, don't stress. It's fine, man.
It's fine,
It's
fool.
fine, guy.
Dude.
We'll be good.
There's no resell on this at all.
No, but guess what? I don't give a shit. I paid $382, and I feel so good about that because I was willing to pay as much as $5. $5 was my price in my head that I was willing. No more than that. So
What's
I
your
was
size?
so I was going to buy that size 10.
It's $490.
So I would have
Yeah,
bought
you're
it. I would
feeling
have bought it. I would have bought it then.
Yeah.
You know, I would have tried to put a low ball bid just so I could be $5 exactly or less with shipping with that $13.95.
Yeah.
You know, so I would have done like $2, $3 less, whatever,
Yeah.
to make that right. But yeah, man, I have that coming, and I am pumped. Literally, all I need is that, which is coming, and I need that desert ore. Off-white.
Off-white, yeah.
Aside from that, I think the crazy thing is, and unless something like shock drops us, I think I'm good for 2 months. So I'm not going to have a lot of shoes for the cast in the next 2 months. I can apologize now.
What if, you never know. I know
Yeah,
you. I know
Unless
how it goes.
But I think I've got kind of the craziest stuff I want for the first part of the year. So, you know, again, things come pretty quick and things are announced, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, now I got to get these Russell Westbrook Super Soaker joints. Have you seen those?
No.
Let me show you these.
Are they terrible?
They're terrible. But I just love, you know me, man. I love packaging, and I gotta have some of this stuff because it just reminds me of my childhood. But look at the packaging. Here's why I want them.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, the Westbrooks,
Wow.
the Why Not,
Dude.
the Why Not. What is it? The Zeros 2.0.
I got to have those too. That
Dude.
packaging is too sick.
How sick are those, dude?
Shoots up to 50 feet. Fool. That's fire.
Dude, isn't that
Let me
great?
See that. Let me see that.
Dude,
fool.
the Why
Actually, I'll
Not,
just Google it. Holy
the Why
shit.
Not 0.2 Super Soaker joints, dude. And which brings me to my next point. We all had Super Soakers, maybe not JJ. Which
did.
Super Soaker did you have? I had the 200.
I had that one as well.
Did you have the 100, the 150, the 300?
I think the 150 as well.
Yeah.
Because I had that one, and then I had a 150, but it got broken. Like it started leaking like a mug, dude. It was just leaking all over.
The seals always went bad on those. So these are the 150s.
Yep, that's the one I had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the this one with the 2 dots, the 2 little bubbles on it on the front.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Looking like a chemistry class.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Super, super sick. Let me.
Do you
when do those drop? When do the Westbrooks drop?
I don't have an official drop date on those yet, but
Dude,
Russell.
those are. So I would just keep those in the package forever.
Yeah. So
never
last week is when these debuted because Russell Westbrook was walking with his construction vest, carrying this package, dude.
No.
In where they show them behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You know when they're walking.
Like when they're walking to the arena.
That's where these were debuted.
Oh my gosh.
So now everybody's making a big deal of it. But guess what happened last night? I don't think it's a 1-up yet, but it's pretty close. What do you know about so he has another pair, and let me find those here. So he has another pair that was just not announced yet necessarily, but...
Oh, and a cool thing about these Super Soakers
What about
is
those? The Russell Westbrook Why Not Game Boy joints.
Those are super sick.
Those are sick.
When did those come out? You don't know either?
No, those were just... pictures of those just came 2 days ago.
What were you going to say, JJ?
I don't know if this was planned or anything, but because it's Black History Month and everything, we got
that part.
The Super Soakers
'Kay.
were... Do you guys know the owner of the Super Soaker or who invented it?
No.
Who brought it about?
No.
It's called... His name is Lonnie Johnson.
Okay.
And he's a black man.
Okay.
And it was just perfect timing for black culture and Black History Month and everything. So I don't know if that was all planned or not.
I wonder if they have him
could have some
mentioned at
details.
all. Like if there's like Lonnie Johnson kind of.
Let's see. I can check this article. This is on The Verge.
That's where I saw it at too. Yeah.
I don't see Lonnie Johnson. It mostly just talks about the packaging, it being obviously the 0.2s.
Do you see in the article it says, this is an ode to the Super Soaker water guns you briefly played with in the 90s before they inevitably started leaking a hole in the cheap plastic.
Dude, totally. Check it out. But the Super Soaker 50, that is arguably the most
Classic,
well-known,
yeah.
classic-looking Super
I
Soaker.
definitely had one of those at one point.
Y'all had to start somewhere.
You
Your
had
parents
to.
always wanted to start with the 50 because that was the cheapest.
Yep.
And then when you wanted more tubes, because all your friends... Remember your friends when they had the Super Soaker with the backpacks?
Oh, dude, the backpack one changed the game.
Those-
it was like, I was like, I'm out. What am I doing?
Those bitches, you can't play with them with the backpacks.
No doubt.
Get out of here.
And the pressure was just like, water pressure on that thing was blowing you
Yeah.
away.
Dude, they got you in the eye. You could lose an eye.
As I was going to say, my grandma put your eye out with that thing.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Back in the day.
So,
Dude, I can't stop looking at this. Shit is sick.
aren't those crazy?
Oh, I see him in the red trench coat with the off-white Chuck Taylors
Yep.
walking in.
Walking in with the Super Soaker packaging.
That is fire, dude.
So sick.
I gotta have those, man. Gotta have those.
Dude. And they have the zip ties, dude. That held your Super Soaker in.
I know.
Oh man. I gotta have 3 pairs.
So where's
All
the
dead
other
stock.
pair though? Like,
Maybe,
are you gonna get the shoes like this, or is it gonna be in a box?
It's
or
hard
like-
telling. We don't know because this is a PE exclusive, and I don't know if there's going to be a limited run. We don't really know because that model is already in stores. Just obviously not the Super Soaker model. So it's hard telling what we're going to see.
I'm
with
kind
that.
of curious how they're gonna do the whole box and everything. Like, if it's gonna unfold into 2 separate kind of displays like that, or
Yeah. Oh man, I love it, man. It has the no batteries included logo. Own the chaos, which the old Super Soaker packaging said that. Dude, if I could have these, this is one of the most coolest.
I'm in on them for sure.
It might be the coolest packaging I've seen in a
JJ, you're right. It looks like this was an ode for Black History Month because the Super Soaker was inspired and created by African-American NASA scientist Lonnie Johnson.
Wow.
So super cool.
Shouts to Lonnie, man, for allowing us to have a badass childhood.
Yeah,
Shouts
no
to
doubt.
you, Mr. Johnson.
No shit, huh?
Thanks for making my childhood badass.
Super cool. NASA scientist invented a Super Soaker. Who would have known?
Dude,
Lonnie
it
Johnson.
makes sense.
Dude, those and slippy slides.
Oh, slip and slides.
Slip and
Yeah.
slides.
Slip and slides were
I
fire.
sorry, we called them slippy slides where I came from.
No, it's fine.
But
I was trying
those
to think
and
what you were talking about. Yeah.
those and Super Soakers probably that was my childhood.
Yep.
You know,
Loved all that shit. Yeah. I'm okay. So as we move on with sneakers, I want to I want to rehash the Jordan 12 Chinese New Year. A lot of people hit me up saying, "You guys missed the point where they could pull off the fabric and it'll be that underneath." And Mike told me about it initially that day.
Yeah.
And I thought about it and I kind of just glossed over it. I didn't really bring it up because the kids' patterns have the same thing.
Right.
The kids' shoes, that's what it looks like. If you want to see what it looks like, you don't need to go watch a tutorial, it just looks like the pattern underneath. Now I saw where some people did certain pieces. Did you see that?
Yeah, with like the knife, the little X-Acto knife. Uh-huh.
So yeah, you can cut the pattern off underneath that shows the Chinese New Year pattern, but a lot of people are like, you guys missed this. I was like, easy.
You should have like someone.
I don't really feel like we missed it. I just felt like if you look at the kid's shoe, I don't know, whatever. What's up?
Or no, because it's the year of the pig. You should have someone like engrave a pig into it.
Who? Have someone?
Like, I don't know, a custom shoe designer or wherever.
Sounds like doing the most.
JJ,
I like your idea. Your heart's right.
Yeah,
I get it. Check this out. Let me make this party a little bit more interesting real quick. JJ bringing us down here. We got a package.
Oh, you do have a package?
Let me grab a package here.
I thought you say you have no more cops. I thought you're not getting any more cops, and we haven't copped anything for a long time.
I haven't copped it.
Oh, okay.
This is a gift.
A gift?
This is a gift, my friend.
Sick. Gift time.
This is a listener, but it's also really close to home. This is my assistant manager. He goes by Baker Cell something on YouTube.
Let's call him Baker, yeah.
Baker. So Baker be hooking us up. You know, this guy, man, shit, he's got 2 kids. This guy ain't got money for us, but man, he's just dedicated to the channel, man. He just likes what we're doing. We're helping inspire him to be better. He's gonna start doing videos himself with just positive messages. That's the type of guy he is, man. And he got us a little package here. I will tell you, it is marked from WWE. This guy happens to be a big wrestling fan, and he loves franchise when he talks about wrestling because he just vibes, dude, with you. So
it's a vibe.
I'm gonna go ahead and open this, man, and see what this is, man. So this is from our guy Baker, and he says he got something for you and something for me. So let's see what we got in here, man.
But yeah, I just wanted to apologize for missing the Chinese New Year shit too while you're opening that. I didn't. It wasn't intentional. It was on my mind. I did know about it, but I kind of glossed over it and forgot just because I had mentioned it with the kids. And so yeah, that's what happened there. So sorry, people that were mad about that. I apologize.
Gotcha.
Go ahead.
All right. So we've got a medium shirt here and a large shirt here, and it looks like this one is for you, my man. So maybe open that up, see what you got.
All right.
I don't know.
What do you got?
I got a size medium.
A schmeed?
That's what I know so far. Yeah.
Right.
A schmedium.
So let me pull this thing out here.
Oh, there we go.
Got some Macho Madness, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, looks like I got a purple shirt to wear.
Yeah. Dallas, put that shirt down right here, man. What are you doing, man?
Hey, Elizabeth, you sit your ass down over there, okay? We'll just get this right.
Dude, here. This is he hooked me up with the Triple H joint. Time to play the game.
Oh,
I should have had the game music ready. Time to play the game. Should have done the Triple H shit.
Nice, man. I'm not as familiar with that one there. Tell me a little backstory on that.
Dude, we get so many tattoos here at the shop too that are like they'll have like crowns and like the skull with a crown on it and shit. It always reminds me of Triple H because that's kind of his thing, dude. He's he was a huge Motorhead guy, so Motorhead did a bunch of his intro music for him before Lemmy died.
Ace of Spades.
Yeah, Motorhead, yeah. So they did a bunch of his intro music. They kind of, I would say, arguably, like Motorhead is almost partly responsible for creating Triple H's brand as he went on to becoming the Game and shit. Dude, that sound is so synonymous with him. The skulls, the Motorhead kind of like vibe is super, super. It's really entrenched in who Triple H is and his character. So really, really dope. He's the King of Kings, Triple H. So you got, this is kind of his little skull and logo, and then you got the little spiked crown and stuff there. So
what's the chai? Is that chai janitor?
I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
No idea. I think it's something to do with the logos and stuff. I have no idea.
Interesting.
If it was me, I would have put King of Kings because that's what I know him as.
Right.
That's what he calls himself. That's what it says in the song. But no, Triple H was one of the greats, dude. He's great. One of the great all-time performers, especially with DX. That was like, that really set his career off with Shawn Michaels there. But besides the wrestling, he's an incredible executive with WWE, dude. He's really taking WWE into the next generation as Vince McMahon gets older and as things are kind of winding down. I don't want to, you never want to count Vince McMahon out because he feels like the guy's going to live forever. But as stuff's kind of winding down with him, Triple H started NXT, and he's kind of seeing where the future of the indies and the future of wrestling's going. And for WWE to be able to survive that, all these indies and all these independent promotions, they're going to have to take talent from them. And they're going to have to, in order to do that, they need a developmental system because not a lot of these guys are just ready from the indie scene to jump right on TV. So now they've done a super smart thing. Triple H has created NXT, which is like a WWE developmental system. They get these guys that are from the independents. They come in there. They learn the ropes. They learn how to be on TV. They fine tune their character and everything about them. Then they're on NXT, which is a product on WWE Network that they offer. Now they're able to make money off that, capitalize on that while building the talent, and then put them into the WWE system where they become big time stars. So it's just, it's the minor leagues of wrestling, dude. And they've done an incredible job building that up, and Triple H is a big part of that, building up the whole thing. So, awesome, dude. Baker, appreciate it, bro.
Thanks, Baker, man.
Thanks
Appreciate
for reaching
you.
out.
That's sick.
We don't have a ton of time left, man. We're already hitting up against like 2:08. So,
Are we already?
Yeah, dude. It's just flying today. You want to try to bust through these YouTube comments, or what do you want to do?
I would say the only other shoe we're looking for this week, the ladies. What is that? That Chill, the Jordan 1 Chill.
UNC Blue Chill Jordan 1 comes out on Valentine's Day. I'm seeing on Foot Locker raffles they are doing up to a size 14.
Yep.
I called last week. JJ was sitting here. I called Foot Locker and said, "Hey, is this like the Frozen Yellows where you guys have a 12.5 loaded in the system, but you're not actually getting any 12.5? Am I wasting my time going for a 14?" Gentleman said he couldn't give me the info because they don't have their shipment list yet. They don't really know exactly. Told me to call back Monday or Tuesday. I need to call back today because if I call back Tuesday, that's when the draw closes or the raffle closes.
Okay.
So I need to try to figure out today if they're getting a 14, or does it close tomorrow, like at the end of business?
I think the draft.
You know how it says it closes on Tuesday, the 12th or whatever it is. So.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, you cannot edit anything past.
Is there a specific time frame or specific? Because like
Yes.
I said, I don't want to be.
It's 4 o'clock. 4
Eastern?
o'clock. 4 o'clock our time.
Oh, 6 Eastern.
Yeah, 6 Eastern, 4 o'clock our time
Okay.
on Thursday or whatever it is.
That's
Sorry, 2
tomorrow.
days before.
Tomorrow,
Yep.
Tuesday.
Yep.
So yeah, if you guys are listening to this podcast, it's probably not helping you out. But
And
go ahead.
quick little thing just to kind of end sneakers and everything. Supreme's 2019 spring drop or lookbook was supposed to drop today. Ironically enough, it didn't. So we're all just waiting here. Just
Maybe it's going to
twiddling
drop
our
tonight. Is the
thumbs.
day over? What do you mean? We're midday here.
I know. It was supposed to drop this morning, or at least it sounded like, because your boy Eric Whitebeck,
Yeah.
he stayed up. I'm pretty sure he pulled an all-nighter.
To get this lookbook.
Yeah, to
Oh,
like
that's
look
funny.
at
what's
it,
going
and
down.
then it like I saw a Instagram story from like 7 a.m. He was like, "Yeah, I'm going to bed now."
That's funny.
I'm like, oh geez.
Whitebeck. That guy's a great follow on Instagram. He just does all Supreme shit. He does like Supreme tricks with Supreme gear, and he's just fire.
They did leak a photo of a model wearing a black leather blazer, blue and red track pants, and a cycling jersey that might be a possible collab. So,
all right,
should be interesting to see.
We'll check it out. Let me see. All right, let's jump into the YouTube comments here. First one here comes from Colby. Yo, Thomas, have you ever thought about reaching out to an Adidas exec for a type of exclusive interview? Every Adidas fan has questions. Would be hell of an opportunity. I've thought about it, but I just don't think the show is big enough yet. Once the show gets big enough and we can start bringing in and we're garnering that attention and we're the go-to guys to get those interviews and talk to, I just don't want to start reaching out to a bunch of people when the show's small and just have them ignore us. And then when we are getting big, or I don't know, just I don't want to be offensive to anybody or put a bad taste in their mouth, or I want to have the show to where I want it to be before I start doing that level of interview.
Burn the bridge before we even have the chance.
Exactly. So, like if we got the Jeff Staple opportunity, for you guys that don't know or follow me on socials or anything like that, Jeff Staple tweeted out that he was looking for a podcast host for Hype Beast and Hype Beast Radio. I thought our show was already perfect. So you guys have been, I tweeted that out. You guys have been blowing him up. You guys have been hitting me up. That would be an incredible opportunity. If we got the Jeff Staple opportunity, now we're talking. Now we're talking connections. Now it automatically gives us the legitimacy that we need. Not to say that we're not legit now, but we just need the audience to get legit. So that's what gives you the credibility there. Jeez, I'm burping all over the place. Sorry. Dow, were you able to cop the 4Ds, the ZX 4000 4D? For some reason, it was the easiest cop on the Adidas website for me. Got through the splash page in like 5 minutes, added to cart and checked out. Did it on my phone, not really trying. And when I tried to get the Vape Ultra Boost, I had like 15 different Chrome browsers or Chrome users, and none of them made through the splash page in time. So he's saying that one was super easy. I know you had issues.
Yeah, I couldn't get it with 2 devices, but the homie got it, looked out for me, so we got it.
It looked like Colby said
While
the same
driving
thing.
too.
Colby said that for me, it was the most difficult cop. I had 3 devices open. Not one got past the waiting room.
Yep.
So it was all luck, sounds like. I mean, yo, TTF, I was referring to the SpongeBob episode where they played the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I think that's what we talked. Yeah, I've never even seen
We
an
just
episode.
weren't familiar. Yep.
I think they put that in the real Super Bowl as a memory for Steven Hillenberg, the creator of the show. Dion's double play was a great 30 for 30. I love the part where he threw the bucket of ice water on Tim McCarver because he was talking shit on him. By the way, I don't even notice you guys cursing at all. LOL. I know it's kind of how I feel. I notice or I listen to other radio shows and they curse a ton. I don't know. I'm just immune to it, but it doesn't mean that we're not doing it. So still working on it. I thought that was a great moment in the 30 for 30. It's crazy that Dion still hasn't apologized for that. I thought it was great that they chronicled it. Let me walk that back. I don't think it was a great moment for Dion. I think that looked a little bit low and a little bit classless. And I think both sides had reasons to be offended. Dion had a reason to be mad because he thought the organization wasn't looking at how special this was, and the organization had a right to be mad because Dion had made some verbal promises to them about playing baseball and making baseball the full focus of everything once the postseason started. They were obviously a great team. They were going to make the postseason, and that was Tim McCarver's issue. The fact that he's trying to bail out on his team to go play a meaningless NFL game when you're playing for the playoffs here. You're playing for the NLCS, you know what I mean? Like the championship series. You're playing for the World Series. What means more to you, D?
Yeah.
That's kind of what his position was. And I can see it from both sides.
Yeah.
Dion, from a selfish standpoint, he wanted to do that, man. He wanted to play football and baseball on the same day. He wanted to be the first athlete to really do that.
And Tim was just a baseball guy.
Right.
He's
about
studied
team.
baseball. Like he's
about team. He's got to be.
He didn't have the foresight to see anything else.
So I don't blame him for that. DJ Crush, cop the ZX4000 4Ds this past Saturday. Just want to let you know I had to head up to NYC at A-Life, third on the line, and was able to cop a 9.5. Got home and the toe box was way too long, so I'm actually pissed off. Going to sell the pair if anyone's interested. Hit me up. Once I sell them, I'm going true to size or possibly even a half size down.
Yeah.
The shoe is super narrow, but the toe box is just way too long.
Yep.
Probably cop my true to size off StockX after I resell these bitches. Probably sell for like $450 to $460-ish. As for comfort, it's not even close to Boost. They're definitely more for style.
Yep.
So that's
I
someone that
agree.
has them in hand already. Give you all the details on them. Sounds like they're like the Sean Witherspoons.
Yeah.
Just a mad long upper.
Well, this will be my third pair of
Or toe box.
4Ds, and all my 4Ds, the toe box is a little long. These might be a little bit longer than that, but yeah, the comfort is good, but not close to the Boost.
Jessica coming through. Awesome cast as always, guys. Keep up the great work. Found your channel looking up a lacing tutorial, and now I look forward to all the podcasts. Appreciate it, Jessica, coming through. The homie Half Cab is in, listening to the conversation about rollerblading, and I'm thinking I can't relate. When I was growing up in Tulsa, it seemed like the rich kid thing. I'm sitting here thinking there was no better skateboarder movie for my youth than Gleaming the Cube. And then my man Dow brings it up and got me all fired up. Christian Slater had the sickest streetwear style in that movie.
Yeah.
Nice job, Dow. Also, Dow, it's Solomon, not Solomon.
Fair enough. Yeah,
This guy you talk about me busting you on pronunciations. This fool Half Cab busts you on
this guy busting my balls.
He
all the
busts you
time.
on the pronunciations all the time.
Hey, he would just say, "Hey, I'm just trying to make you better."
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Let's see. Salmon is a migratory fish.
Oh yeah. Oh
Right.
yeah. Then he has to fucking get real deep with it.
With salmon.
Yeah.
He's going into the salmon as a migratory fish. I like saying Solomon because it's funny because that's the way you say it. Solomon, not Solomon. Let me see. Oh, actually, I got to move on. I'm getting too caught up in the semantics here. I love the podcast. Keep up the good work. Only thing I would say to improve is getting more information on sneakers and fashion or whatever. Seems like y'all are lost sometimes. Either way, I'll keep listening and much love, guys. Only thing I would say to that, man, is this is conversation. I think a lot of people get confused with sneaker reviews. The sneaker reviews are very to the point. You're going to a person. They've completely researched the review and want to give it to you in a specific amount of time. We're having a discovery conversation. We're not doing a 4-minute sneaker review. We're doing a conversation and we're talking about it. So I think when someone doesn't understand, they're asking questions to someone that does understand or know a little bit more. I rarely feel like we're both sitting here kind of like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that's really the case. If it is, I guess I need to look back at myself a little bit, but I don't know. That's just maybe what I would say. Maybe you're listening with more of a critical ear.
Yeah.
This is just more for convo. It's not this ain't a full on sneaker review. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Always killing it, guys. Most underrated podcast. or most underrated broadcast is the real deal. Everyone else is trying to do the broadcast now that you guys started the wave reaction. #facts. That's from Ghost Life. Appreciate it, bro. Yeah. Appreciate you looking out. Brady, Thomas, the UNCs say they're going up to a size 14 on the Foot Locker app. Just looking out. Appreciate it. I'm going to call it today, and hopefully I can. Hopefully they're serious about that. Jay Nasty. Okay, that's it. Send me the model number of the adapter JJ needs. I'll supply it. I want to. Not throwing shade on my favorite podcast in the world. Just want to chip in. Also, y'all
it's
know.
Okay, I got it now.
Yeah, he's got it. He's got it under control. Also, y'all know I've been here since day one, so please just consider my next point. Not dropping the F-bomb is a more professional approach. I get it. Not dropping the F-bomb as much might lend itself to more revenue from YouTube. I get that too. However, YouTube's policy of fucking over the vast majority of content creators all but nullifies that argument. Basically, I maybe, unfortunately, motherfucker, fuck that, fuck you, fuck no, what the fuck, get the fuck out of here, aren't fillers, guys. Or maybe they are. I just know that it makes things more engaging and funny. Maybe I'm just a sick motherfucker. P.S. What the fuck do we do without Samuel L. Jackson? That's pretty funny.
Fair
right there.
enough. That's a great comment.
And it's just to the point of a crutch word for me. I'm not fully staying away, or I'm not trying to censor myself. It's just I don't want to use it as a crutch word. You know? Yeah, I was outside the fucking shop and I saw the. You know, I can just be outside the shop. Yeah. That's it. That's all I'm saying from my point of view. Blake, Darius Ruckers from my hometown. Great guy, so humble. You don't need to miss that show. I agree, man. We got to get on that. We got to get some tickets there. My first thought with the GOAT and StockX, my first thought with the GOAT and Foot Locker deal is that no one will ever get another big shoe release because the back door leads straight to GOAT now. If I'm Foot Locker, though, I would slightly be concerned the issues with their contracts with big brands, since they are a retailer and have retail contracts. They may have clauses barring selling above or below retail price on release day, etc. I'm sure they have great lawyers to figure all that stuff out, though. Good point. I didn't even think about that. We kind of explored all that on the last cast. If you missed it, man, check it out. Foot Locker and GOAT kind of partnership there. Also on the authentication aspect, the more people in the process, the higher likelihood for human error and the higher chance that fakes slide through. I'll agree with that. Yep. CT Sneaker Freak replied to him there and said, in my opinion, they will only be able to do one or the other, not both. And then Nick came through. At first thought, the deal seems like collusion in the sneaker game and probably trying to push past StockX. I think all good points there. Sure. All good responses. Mr. Daniel, some skateboarding knowledge for the cast. Mark Gonzalez, the Gons, is an OG / the father of street skating. Basically credited with innovating the style of street skating we see today. From skating stairs, rails, ledges, the Gons made it all look stylish and innovative throughout the 80s and 90s. Today, his contemporary art can be found all over the skateboarding industry. Super dope.
So that's where the Supreme hoodie comes from.
Yeah, the Gons, bro. The Gons. Inked and Laced. This podcast is the most underrated. Keep up the great work. Underrated gang. LMAO. Gang, 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 gang. Bam. Got to give you a shot for that one, my dog. Appreciate it. Dope cast again, boys. Funny story. I ended up playing that meme game over the New Year's with the whole family. Picture this. A bunch of adults as old as 50 with nieces and nephews as young as 14 playing this game. Let's just say uncomfortable.
Fair enough.
Our solution, open more wine until it was less uncomfortable.
Nice.
Nice one, Mike.
Hell yeah.
Mike the man coming through. Let's see. Jefferson, quick Jordan tip for snags. Use fingernail clippers instead of a lighter. Works perfect. I'm going to give that a go, man, because I always just kind of burn the...
Sure.
Like I got a little snag on my Ed Reed jersey today. If you missed it, I'm wearing the Miami Hurricanes Ultra Boost, the Climas the Mi Adidas that I customed that are way better than the 4.0s that dropped. I just couldn't purchase those. And then you got the Ed Reed Miami Hurricanes throwback on today. Super sick, old school ACC patch
and you got the orange hoodie underneath it, which is hoodies being worn during the Pro Bowl this year were a big thing.
Oh yeah, I'm on my DeAndre Hopkins shit. You don't even know who's who because their names covered up on the back with the hood.
You're in there.
What'd you say?
Is that a Miami hoodie too, or?
Underneath?
Is it just
orange hoodie? Okay. Yeah, actually, it's a Bronco hoodie.
Oh really?
Yeah, has a little Bronco logo on it.
That's fine.
Let's see. Franchise. Oh, here we go. Goldeneye. You know he's got stuff to say.
Goldeneye.
See, do you hear that? You hear that when you bump the mic stand?
Yeah, I saw.
Are you getting it?
Yeah.
Franchise, I'm with you. I'm too old to jump through hoops and cop sneakers. I'd rather just pay resale or pass versus losing to bots, camping out, etc. Younger kids killing the resale market on StockX and GOAT. Definitely going to help going that route. Deion Sanders was the man back in the day. I was so jealous of his Jordan PEs. So I had one of my homies watch the podcast. First thing he says is, why is that dude wearing a Chappelle Show chain? LOL. He can be he can be stupid sometimes. Anyway, he watched the whole cast, loved every minute. Great podcast, guys. Sneaker portion was amazing.
Nice.
Appreciate it, dog. Oh, I know. A lot of people, that's the thing, man. A lot of people want to be quick to judge, or they have their own confidence issues or whatever. So they're going to watch our show and they're immediately going to be like, who's the douche with the glasses? Why is the douche wearing the glasses? Why is the douche got the chain? Why is, he cussing? Whatever. Like, we're going to get a ton of that. But once they get past the surface level shit and then realize they're not that cool and like we're fine. It's not that it's not that deep. We're not trying to be cool. We're just here. People can enjoy the show. Like, once you can get past all the trepidations and all the judging and all the everything else, you can just sit here and enjoy the show, and it's great. So that's what I love about it. I love that when people are new, and I think you guys really help. This is a backdoor shout out to you guys, because you guys help with that, man. You guys leave these dope ass comments in here of how much you fuck with the show, and you show people that it's okay to fuck with the show. It's okay to rock with us. It's okay to chime in and be cool, and you don't have to be negative, and you don't have to be a douche to come here. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you guys for that, man. That makes me happy. Makes my heart happy. Let's see. Oh, Third Eye replied there. I'm the same, brother. Don't have time to put in 69 entries into raffles with fake details. I care too much about my time, and I'd rather get the shoes I really want. Then, just like Dal P, sleep with the shoe and give it a little love tank.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
That's funny. Good points, franchise. The kiosk / in-store model or store model suggested makes the most sense. He's talking about the Goat and Foot Locker merger or partnership, especially for used goods. In Florida, if Foot Locker intends to set up the Goat access point, it will need to set up a separate line of business with its own PL. I totally agree, because you can't have them both. We talked about all this stuff. It's got to be independent of its current retail relationship with the new product sales, with manufacturers, etc. No product dump / backdoor directly to another selling platform. On-site authentication will take longer, more costly for staffing, and likely only major high traffic stores, if at all. On top of the resale / consignment, stores are already evolving and becoming destinations for the Keymaster, etc. Keymaster Supreme pinball machines, etc. Expanding beyond kicks to streetwear, high fashion brands, and you go Off-White, Louis Vuitton, all that stuff. Used / pre-owned goods where no standards for condition use, so retail in hand is a major plus for both buyers and consigners. I don't know that it's going to go full like Urban Necessities like that. Yeah. I just don't. It would be tough. It would just change everything Foot Locker is and does, and it would conflict their business model, because they, like you said, like the other comment said, they are selling shit new. They're selling brand new things. How do you just put them on now? They go to resell
glorified
in the same shop.
Yeah.
They go to resale price. So now they're selling stuff that's way above the price it should be. Out of the same store, you're selling stuff for retail. It just doesn't make sense. It's a weird thing there. The homie Rowe. Off-White and ZX4000 secured thanks to the plug. Picks coming soon. I'm loving the gifts, boys. So nice to see real happiness. Dow, cream of dreams.
Yeah.
Another great cast. Love you guys. Love that you guys are not dumbass hype beasts. Kais, cough, cough. You guys wear what you think looks good and not just for all the hype and great style. Also, do both of you know what happened to the original R2s? I can't find them anywhere. P.S. on the bunnies comment, I was talking about 2 casts ago when Dal was talking about him and his girl in the beginning.
Yeah.
Keep it up for, fucking like rabbits. That's right. Rabbits. Well, not bunnies.
Yeah.
If you would have said rabbits, Decker,
we
I
would
would have had you, dog.
Like
bunnies.
the sexual appetite on that Thursday.
Right. Bunnies, I'm thinking like bunny slopes, bro.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like snow bunnies. I'm thinking different. Rabbits full. R2s. You know what happened to them? Can't find them anywhere. I don't know shit about R2s.
Discontinued.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Discontinued the model as far as I know of.
That's it. There you go.
StockX or GOAT.
From the homie Con Lee. Wonder if Foot Locker will start dumping GRs on GOAT. Resellers are done. That's his take on it there. Mm-hmm. Also, miss being able to walk into Foot Locker on release day and copping a shoe without all the hassle. Now you have to fight bots and resellers. It's just not fun anymore. I agree. That's why I stopped doing it, bro. I mean, if I'd rather just miss out on the shoe or pay resell because it's not fun. It's not fun at all.
Yeah.
It's not fun. Like I said, I get in situations where I walk in with the rookie of the years and someone is buying a 12 that clearly wears an 8 and I want to choke them out. So I just can't, you know what I mean? That's where I get to that situation where it's
yeah.
And then I try to reason with them and let them know, like, yo, dude, I'll give you a little bit over the cost. Hey, you don't even wear a 12. They have an 11 as well. Why don't you just buy the 11? I tried to do everything I could to reason, and when people are just too dumb, I just want to smack their face, and it's like, that's not a good solution. I just need to leave.
Yeah.
I got to walk out. Good shit, fellas. Look forward to each cast. I live in Florida, but get out to Denver a few times a year and travel for work. Would love to sit on a cast when I'm out that way. Keep grinding. Yeah, Mike, come through, man. Hit me up. DM us. You can come through, sit in on the cast. Check it out live in the flesh.
I'll arrange it because franchise ain't got no time.
You know,
I'm your dude.
Eddie, 3 Stripes. Foot Locker and Go app is interesting to me. Foot Locker doesn't allow its employees to resell any of the shoes that they purchase from Foot Locker. They literally fire people for doing that. So now what? Add to that, companies like Nike and Adidas don't allow vendors to backdoor/resell shoes. So what's the workaround to this? Really interested to see what happens with Foot Locker locations through the investment and how companies react to it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I'm totally in on that. He also says, Dow's about to go home and empty his love tank all over his new shoes. Better spray them with some Crep Protect.
Nice.
That's funny.
I'll get him sprayed down.
That's funny. It's referring to Dow last cast with the sad violin music, he was just getting very emotional over the shoes.
Yeah.
Very geeked over the turbo greens.
Yeah.
Early. TTF, you can cut the satin upper out to expose the quilted Chinese New Year pattern on those 12s. Oh, I read it wrong. Sorry.
Either way sounds good.
Which we discussed.
On them hoes.
Seagrass, Teddy went through an STLT phase where he bought a shit ton. Is he not on them anymore? I thought he was. I remember he was on them heavy. But
I still think he likes them, but I think, you know, how Teddy does every 8 months or so, he'll make
Purge.
dirty earn, you know, sell half his collection. So I don't know. I mean, I think he likes them, but Ted has to move through shoes pretty quick.
And then Seagrass finishes up. You're always talking about the adapter for the headphones. I always see a white adapter when the camera's on TTF. Yes, you do. This is the white adapter you probably see, but this is for an iPhone. It's not. I guess we shouldn't say an adapter. We were looking for an extension. Yeah. We were not looking for an adapter.
So we had the adapter. We just needed an extender of that adapter, so JJ
be longer,
didn't pull out
because
the
I'm
damn
on
mic.
the long side of the table.
Right. So that's what it is. It's not. I think adapter is the bad word by me, dog.
We had to adapt
the
adapter.
Confused you. But cool, man. That's it. That kind of wraps up the YouTube comments there. Right on time. We're right at 2:30. So. We got caught in the Grammys today, dude. A lot of Grammy talk. A lot of the LeBron stuff, the R. Kelly doc, all that stuff. Just kind of got caught up. But anything more you guys want to say or finish up with? I think we have a couple other things we can save them for the cast on.
We'll save it for the cast
next
on Thursday.
episode. So cool. Let's do that, Dow. Hopefully you're feeling better. Hopefully we're both. We talked about this. We need to both stay out of the doghouse. Like we just need to stay out and make it smooth and.
Y'all just gotta survive for 3 days. That's all.
Stay out of the doghouse, bro. I'm not trying to survive. I'm trying to live. Like I'm trying to just live authentic. I'm trying to live out of the doghouse. I'm just trying to live.
It's not a great place to be.
Yeah, I don't want to survive. I don't want to try to survive. But nonetheless, man, as always, thank you guys so much for rocking with us, and we will see you fools Friday.